point.
He's going to help this team. And that's what basically the vets told me. Like, you got to work. Like, you got to go out there every day and, like, live. Like, one of my linebackers coach, he said, you got to go out there and, like, knock helmets off. And they have to, like, literally tell you to stop. Like, if the head coach not telling you to stop. And the NFL is funny because, like, you don't get many opportunities to go live once the season starts. Like, it's 1 day a week.
Oh, really?
And it's not even live because you just have, we call it shells, but just shoulder pads. So you don't necessarily get to bring people all the way to the ground. You get to hit O-linemen because pop, like if O-lineman's trying to block me, pop, I get him off, and I can do that really aggressively.
Right.
And put him on his butt if I want to.
Right.
So that was my main tactic in showing them, like, hey, I'm short, but
I'm going to get around these guys.
Oh, no, now you get around them. If I got to go through them, I'm going to go through them.
Ooh.
Hell
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And I'm not a cocky person at all, but I understand.
Hell yeah, that's a mini video right there.
Are we already started?
He's prepping. He's got to do his
I saw
conjuring,
it. I
his
ain't gonna lie
voodoo
to you.
shit. Yeah.
I saw that on the last podcast. I was like, what is he doing?
Bro, he's talking to spirits.
Nobody acknowledged it. Nobody, like...
I used to acknowledge that shit. But you see, this is why we don't acknowledge it.
Yeah.
Because we're like,
No,
nah,
but
what's going on?
Yahaira didn't acknowledge it. So I'm like,
Which honestly was weird.
Did she see it? Does she see it?
Of course she saw it. Bro. How do you, what the fuck? You see what's going on over here, guys?
I'm like, is he swimming?
Ladies! God, that was a rocky. That's when he had turbulence in the airplane. You know what I'm talking about? But that was preparation, ladies and gentlemen. And that's preparation. That's life. And speaking of preparation, I am so very ecstatic for today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, you know what's going on. It's your motherfucking boy, Gamero, the Pharaoh, the poor man's Robert De Niro. And we are here at, what is it, Thursday at midnight? Every Thursday at midnight. You know, sometimes we change it up. Sometimes people get sick. Sometimes people think that they get COVID, and then boom, you get 2 negatives, and that's beautiful, and that's life, and that's God. Boom. How's everybody doing? It's life. And to my motherfucking right-hand side, you know what I'm talking about. We have a man who travels the nation. You know what I'm talking about. This man right here, he has stories. He has a plethora of stories for days. For days, if I am not mistaken. Ladies and gentlemen, to my right-hand side, we have Emi and his house.
Straight out of work, still got the boots on.
Straight out of work, straight out of work. You know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, you know what I'm talking about. There's a man right here that you see him right now on the camera. You know what I'm talking about.
Ooh,
ladies and gentlemen, he's got shoes. He's got a whole get-up, you know.
New shoes.
New shoes, new me. You know what I'm talking about. He's like, ladies, hit me up. Hit my line. That DM is open. Ladies and gentlemen, behind the scenes, we got Juan Cruz in his house. And ladies and gentlemen, how do I even put into words the guest that we have before us today? I am honored. I am privileged to be able to invite this man, this gifted athlete, into our studios today. You know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, some of you may know him as a football player. Some of you may be new, profound MMA fans of his. You know what I'm talking about. And ladies and gentlemen, in the studios, we have, can we get a big hand for Mr. Anthony Wint? What's going on? Repping the Muhammad Ali I see, you know?
Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Brother, how are you doing?
I'm doing all right.
All right,
that was great though,
bro.
Oh my!
We call it the Bruce Buffer audition tape. You know,
It's a little overwhelming.
He is good. Yeah. He is good.
It's the Bruce Buffer audition tape. And if I'm good, this man is magnificent. You know what I'm talking about? Because you see, this man got a knockout of the night, not only in his MMA debut. Ladies and gentlemen, his MMA debut was for a belt. A belt. Can we give it up for this man showing up when it counts the most? God, Anthony, there are so many things. Wint, so many things that we can talk about. There's so many accolades that your career has garnered so far, and so many that they've yet to give you. But let's start with, I guess, the most obvious. Where did the idea for the transition from football to MMA come about? You know, that's
You
something.
took the question right
you know,
out of my mouth.
and you know, there's so many subcategories that we're gonna go into, but I think that's one of the biggest burning questions on everybody's mind. How did it come about? How did you make that change?
You want the real story? Or you want the fake story?
Oh man, and Man Out in Miami, we do nothing but real.
Hey, I obviously grew up playing football. Grew up in Miami, Homestead, to be Florida City to be exact.
Shout out.
Shout out Yahira. I heard she was from Homestead. I
She was
learned
repping
that.
it too.
But just to stay on, I grew up playing football from the age of 7, obviously up until very recently, a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, 23, 24 years old. So football is obviously a big part of my life.
Right.
And when you play football, you're an athlete. Backtrack, I came out in 2018, went to Homestead High School, went to FIU, started there for 4 years, had a pretty good career, and got an NFL opportunity. That NFL opportunity was exactly what it was. It was an opportunity. But coming out, it's not as easy as people think. And that's, I guess, a good reason I'm here. I can give insight for football.
Please do.
For fighting. So let me just give a little insight.
It's all about you today.
It is tough, man. There's so many athletes, football players. Now, I say athletes because the NFL is just looking for great athletes. They don't look for average. They look for amazing talent. That's why they call it the NFL. Like, There is no league when it comes to football that can be really any sport almost that can compare with what they put together when it comes to cultivating a group of athletes to go do a job. So the NFL doesn't look for average, and there's a lot of great football players out there. A lot. Like,
Yeah.
You guys have heard the percentages, like, I don't know, 0.5, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, something less than 1. And I had a pretty good career, played 4 years. I was second all time in tackles behind Sip. So Sip plays for, I forget who he plays for, but Sip is an OG for FIU. Came out in the second round. I was behind him. So I think I had a good career. Like,
Hell yeah.
man, I did not get a lot of love coming out.
Elaborate on that.
Like I said, this is no excuse, but it's tough, man. It's tough coming out, especially when you come from a smaller school, especially, I had injuries. The NFL looks at all that. And I didn't have a good time, it wasn't easy. I don't think it's easy for anyone because you got to put the work in regardless. But it wasn't looking that good when I came out. And the reason I knew that, even before I started training, is I cannot find an agent.
I was about to ask you, do you
At
have
all.
an agent? How did that work?
It's people. That's another process that young dudes like in college or like people outside of football, they look at and they think it's easy. Like, oh, you just get an agent, bomb, he represents you, whatever. To get a good agent, you got to be a good client.
Yeah, you gotta be the top 100
It's an
players that
investment
come
for
finding
them.
you.
It's a business at the end of the day. You want an agent that, you feel me, respects you, knows what they're doing, has the connections, and is a good person. But at the end of the day, it's a business. Like they want to profit. They see the potential in you, they might see the potential in you, and they want to invest in it. And if you aren't, they got the numbers, they know their stats, they know your stock of what you might come out. And if you're not a guy who's projected to come out, it's like putting money into something that may or may not work out. Like there's a 5% chance.
Shout out Bitcoin.
Yeah. If I told you that I'm about to open a cell phone company and there's a 10% chance it might make us $1 million, would you invest in it?
That's tough, dude. It's tough.
More than likely not. Unless that was
unless
the
I've
only,
got money,
Yeah, you got money and you just throw it away, but more than likely
Yeah,
not.
probably
like you
not,
really
yeah.
gotta take a chance. You get what I'm saying? And I didn't understand that, but I was like, why am I not getting an agent? I played well.
So did FIU help you with that process? Like, do they have
They actually
communications
did.
with agents?
Kevin, one of our trainers, he talked to somebody who got me involved with first round management, the management I'm under now. You guys probably heard of it.
Yeah.
But
They're here all the time. They
for
represent Danny. They represent a lot of the people that we have on here.
Shout
So
out the
big
first
shout
round, man. Shout out to Mountie.
shout
Shout
out.
out
I
to
didn't know they
Andrew.
rep Danny.
Also Yuli the Monster, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, damn.
Bare
Okay.
knuckle champ or
A lot of
champ
dudes,
on the
man.
way.
Man,
Yeah.
John
awesome.
Jones. I could name a couple like that. You guys know.
shit.
Everyone
yeah,
knows.
yeah.
Too. I didn't know that.
A bunch. So they are the best in the world. I didn't know them for fighting, bro. I knew Chuck Liddell, Rampage.
Right.
I was a football
Chuck
dude.
Liddell, baby.
Big shout out
OG.
Big shout out to Iceman, baby. The Iceman.
Iceman Liddell.
That was the first dude I kind of started. Him, obviously Silva. When I started, kind of they fighting, but it's kind of cool, whatever. So yeah, I got with first round. They are known for fighting, but they also do football. They got a lot of great football athletes. Darius Leonard, just to name a few, David Njoku, my boy Antonio Callaway, a bunch of dudes from Miami because they're based out of Miami, so they do well in football, really well. And I got an opportunity with football. My agent, for basically him and his brother run the whole thing. Man, I got an opportunity with him. He broke it down as a businessman, like, hey, like I'm taking a chance on you. Like, this is your stock. More than likely you won't come out unless you test very well.
Right.
I can give you an opportunity. Like agents, and this is what people have to understand, they don't guarantee you anything.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, that would be crazy.
Man, at the end of the day, that's why I see it. It's like it's on you. Like just like fighting, you got trainers, all that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta shine. They'll force people to look, but you gotta shine.
So, and he broke that down to me. So, like when things started, obviously not going my way, when it didn't start looking too good, like I wasn't mad at him. I didn't have resentment at him because he told me like, hey, I'm taking a chance on you. I can put you places, or I can obviously I got the means, but you were recommended by this person who said you were good people and you worked hard, so this is your opportunity. And man, I did, like I said, the way I brought this up, but I didn't know he did fighting, and he kind of mentioned. Obviously I went to his office, nice office. They got an even better one now from when I first signed. But went to his office, saw all the fighters and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, you manage John Jones? You manage...
The office is half the battle, but it looks nice. Shit.
I'm like, wow, you manage all these people? I thought you just did football. He's like, yeah. And I heard, I told him, and like me, because at the end of the day, I went there. He didn't tell me like, oh, I'm going to sign you. He said, come meet me. Like,
right.
Let me see.
Yeah, let's have a
They
sit
told
down.
me who you are. Let me see if you are who they say you are. And I'm studied communications at FIU. I can talk very well. I can get my point across very well. I told him what I wanted to do. I told him my limitations. I told him that I understood why I wasn't getting signed, but I told him like all I need was an opportunity. Like I don't need anything else. I don't need you to whatever. Like I just need to get on a team and I know I can ball. So
Hell yeah.
I'm going through his office. I'm like, ding. And part of my pitch to him, like, hey, like, you feel me? Sign me. Or let me sign under you. I was like, I used to wrestle, and I learned this certain mentality from wrestling in high school. He's like, I used to wrestle. Well, if football don't work out, you can always fight. And that was kind of like a joke, but it was a joke in my head. I was like, yeah, whatever, we'll think about it. But I was
Man
like,
knows what he's talking about.
I'm like, I'm playing football, bro. What are you talking about?
Right.
Fast forward, because I know the story's getting kind of long, but fast forward, obviously, I got an opportunity.
Podcasting is long stories.
I got an opportunity in the NFL, literally opportunity. Usually, there's obviously getting drafted first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. The number after 6, which is 7.
Right. Normally how it works.
Yep. Yeah. 7th round. And then there's undrafted free agents. Well, there's priority undrafted free agents. Those are the dudes who should have got drafted but didn't, and they get signed and stuff like that. There's undrafted free agents, and then there's not practice squad, but what's the word for it? Rookie minicamp. So before the vets get to the vets have their OTAs, rookies have their OTAs, and they have OTA together, on the field training or something like that. I don't know what the abbreviation is, OTAs.
Gotcha.
The rookies that they sign and that they draft, they have to practice. Like they want to see them practice before they get
them.
Yeah. So there's a rookie minicamp. I got a rookie minicamp invite, and I got that, and I'm like, okay, that's good because I'm kind of going to be on, and only from the Jets. Like I got no call for nothing else.
Oh, each team does their own rookie minicamp.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so let me backtrack. After the NFL draft, there's a lot of more stuff that goes on. Like obviously teams are calling and trying to figure out what undrafted free agents.
because all we hear is, you got the combines coming up. We got the draft.
People hit the draft, but undrafted free agents are like just as crazy because like there's I don't know the number that are signed, but like
there's got to be
after the draft,
majority of signatures.
As soon as the draft's over, I don't know the timeline. Right after, then you can sign undrafted free agents. And that's when teams are calling because you guys notice that like more undrafted free agents are in the Hall of Fame than guys who are drafted.
Oh, wow.
You get what I'm saying? Or you didn't know that?
I didn't.
Yeah. A lot of people don't know that. Because you think like, oh, these are the top guys. And it's for two reasons. I think there are more undrafted free agents that I guess the pool's bigger. I don't know why.
A lot of people are saying it's the combine. Like it's an issue with the way that they have the combine set up. It doesn't let each player really showcase their talents the best way possible. That's the whole issue going on with the combine for the last, 5-6 years. The combine is like where you get your stats, like your formal stats to see what each team ranks you so they see where they want to pick you up at.
Right.
Yeah.
But the way they have it set up is so generic that you don't get to be like, yo, this is why I'm where I'm at. Let me do this. No, you got to fucking do everything else too. It doesn't let you showcase.
I do think the combine does a good job, but I think what you're talking about is like the intangibles, like.
But they're real, dude.
Yeah.
You know. I mean, look, obvious case, Brady didn't do great in the combine.
Yeah.
I mean, he got drafted. Was 6th round?
Yeah.
That's not good.
It's not great.
It's not great. You know.
I would have loved to get.
I mean,
drafted.
he's fucking. He's
I get your
undoubtedly
point.
the Hall of Famer.
Yeah, it's like you would think the first rounders would be the Hall of Famers, but I think you walk, and some of them are.
Plus, they get injured too because they've been ripping it for so long.
I think it's the pressure too.
It probably, dude. That's gotta be wild.
It's like, and you get time to learn. Like, well, let me finish what I was saying.
Yeah.
So,
we'll go into these tangents later.
so much to talk.
That's what it is. It's
haven't
just a
even
bunch
talked
of tangents.
We haven't even talked about fighting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
We're getting there. Let's get there
right now. I like to. I ramble a lot. I didn't even.
Oh, listen. You're in the right setting,
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
because we go off.
Yeah.
Bro,
No, 2 episodes ago, we talked about Marvel for like fucking 45 minutes.
Yeah.
where was I?
So you got the call for the mini camp for the Jets.
Oh, so yeah, I got the call. That's the only team that called me. I don't even remember who called me. I wish I did because it'll make the story better. But it was when you get drafted first round. Obviously, the head coach, the owner calls you. I got a call from. Don't remember his name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's like, "Hey, we saw your tape."
You got a call from the office though, bro.
Yeah, I got a call from the Jets. So, and that's what I had. I guess I had the
Emi's favorite team,
dug
by the way.
deep when I got it, because when you have an opportunity, you want to see how real this opportunity is before you put your all into
Oh, of
it.
course, yeah.
Which is, I believe, the
course.
opposite of how you get your goals. If you have an opportunity, that's all you need. I read a quote that said, "Any man that asks for any more than opportunity is ungrateful." You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So then you weren't trying to ask too many questions?
No, I was asking questions. So I talked to a
He's
bunch
saying
of
he did the opposite.
yeah. Back then, I talked to a bunch of people. Okay, like, is this
But it's
real?
natural,
Like,
right?
Yeah, like
At that
you
point,
wanna-
you're scared. You're
you don't-
confused.
Bro, I was, because I got it, but I was like, okay, I'm not on the team.
Yeah, like how real is this?
This is 3 days. Like, literally, to frame it, I had 3 days to prove that I deserve to be on this team.
So they give you is that like a 3-day contract or is that not even a 3-day
you don't
contract?
you're not even on contract.
Oh, so it's like the combine then.
it's
But
like
it's
a-
like a private
I
jets.
don't
They do
even
their
think
own.
you get paid for it. Yeah, every team does it. I don't think they did
Interesting.
it. And what's crazy, my year, when I came out in 2018, was the last year they did it.
Oh, wow.
And in 2019, I forgot why they didn't do it. And then in 2020, obviously we had COVID.
I have my theories as to why the Jets didn't do it.
No
We'll keep
team.
those off
I don't
script,
think
though.
any team did it in 2019. But okay, Bon, let me finish what I was saying. What I was saying. I got that. I'm looking at asking people like OGs from FIU or just I'm in Miami, so like, did you get a rookie mini camp? Like, how real is that opportunity? This and that. Like, hey man, it's slim. Like, they usually don't sign a whole bunch of people, but at least you got it. That's what they were saying, but I wasn't trying to hear that. I'm like, man,
Yeah.
am I gonna make the team? Or
Yeah,
what?
don't give me that bullshit.
Like, get my hopes up. Like,
Hell yeah.
Lie to me
you
a
know what
little.
I'm
Come
saying?
on.
Like, tell me I'm gonna be a Hall of Fame. Like, and that's what I wanted to hear, so it can give me that confidence. But I think in life, like, it's the opposite. Like, you should know that if you're that dude, all they need to do is see you. And if this is what you're supposed to be doing, and you put your all into it, it's going to happen. I'm a firm believer in God, and I was like, I prayed more than I ever did in my whole life. Obviously, because it's a million, 2 million, a bunch of money on the line for me to make the
Right.
No, and we'll get into that too. But I can make a lot of money playing NFL. I love football. If I don't make it, I'm done. Like, what am I? I can obviously go to Canada, but you want to play in the NFL.
Well, of course, I mean that's the dream, you know.
Yeah.
You don't get into fighting to not fight in the UFC. That's what we were talking about last time. You want to hit the top of the top.
You wanna,
you know?
if you like, you gotta aim high and
Yeah.
hope you get there.
Yeah.
Like hope not, but work to get there. Hope you get there and like bust your ass to get there. You don't aim and say, "Oh, I want to lose in the UFC championship."
Yeah.
No, you want to win. Like you
Right.
want to be a double champ. You want to the highest accolade. You want to be one of the goats. And I was like I was praying like as hard as I could. I was like, let me just get an opportunity. And it's crazy, like what you ask for, that's what you get. I got an opportunity. And I'm like, and me and my buddy T.O., Thomas Owens, one of the greatest receivers that ever come out of FIU. We were sitting there, bro, and this is before he got one. This is one of my best friends. And I was like, dang, bro. Like we literally both sitting in our beds. We're like, man, like, this is really how it's going down. Like we really not, we're done. And I got a call the next day. So fast forward, draft, didn't get drafted. free agent. They get picked up free agency. I'm calling my agent like, yo, what's up? Like, you got something for me? Or he's like, man, I'm working. Bum. I'm getting frustrated because I'm like,
right.
Not at him, but like in the situation.
At the situation, yeah.
At the situation. And then like I think that later that night, so literally like as I'm about to go to sleep, I get a call from the Jets, and they're like, rookie minicamp. And I call him, and he's like, rookie minicamp. And I'm like, rookie minicamp. But I went there. I went as hard as I did. I prayed as hard as I could, and they signed me. Like,
hell yeah.
And from there, I was on the team. I worked hard. I knocked some helmets off. I did my thing, and they cut me. So bomb up and then down. Damn. And from them cutting me, I did really well. They signed me to practice squad. So now I'm back up. So I'm like, I didn't make the team, but I'm kind of still. You guys know what practice squad is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So each team has. Let me break, because a lot of people don't know, and I guess we're here to tell them.
Please
do.
do.
Absolutely.
Educate the masses.
Yeah. You get drafted. Obviously, most guys who get drafted, they stick on the team. If you suck and you just flat out, I guess, wasn't supposed to get drafted, or you don't work as hard, they can cut you. But for the most part, you get drafted, you're going to make the team. There's each offseason starts with 90, and then they cut it down to 53. Mm-hmm. I don't know the math. What is that? How many guys you got to fire?
40, 30 something.
30, a lot.
No.
Yeah.
Whatever, 30 something.
30 something.
Yeah.
They got to cut it down, and
37.
then
37.
From that 53, they bring rookies or second-year guys. I think the rule is like under 4 or something. I don't know the rules. I'm not in the NFL right now. They bring 10 back, so now 63 guys on the team, and then everybody else, you just don't have a job, and you better hope you get picked up.
Wow.
Yeah, so they cut me, and then luckily they brought me back. You make a good you make a good amount of money, and on the practice squad you make a little under. It's probably more now because the wages go up every year, but it's a little under, like 6 figures, like good money just to practice.
Listen, man, if there's one thing the NFL's got is a good union.
Yeah.
I mean, good union.
Talk about union, bro. 401k, I think you get 2 to 1.
Yeah. I mean, really good union.
Big time, bro. And that's why people idolize football players, because they see how much money they get, but then they don't see how much work you got to put in.
Oh, right. 100%. Yeah.
Ooh, a lot of work just to get there. Mm-hmm. And then staying there is another thing. But not long story short, because this story's getting pretty long.
We got nothing but time.
Yeah, so I got put on the practice squad, and I was on the practice squad, and luckily I had a lot of OGs around me, a lot of good. Because sometimes you might get in situations where the vets aren't helping you like that, or you're not cool, you're just not a good dude, they won't help you. But since I worked hard in camp and I showed them some stuff, they saw at least the potential in me. And I might look big. I am kind of big, but I'm short. So in football, height matters. And I was a 5'10" linebacker. Me and you were almost the same height, and I played linebacker, and these old linemen are 6'5".
Good Lord.
I have the build of a running back, but since I played linebacker in high school, I just wrote it out.
Right.
That's the position I play. Like, I never tried to switch or anything like that. I don't have a prototypical linebacker body.
Yeah, you're yoked as fuck. That's for sure.
I'm big, I'm athletic, and I'm functionally strong, but I don't have that.
It's an understatement.
Yeah, I don't have that height. So for them to see a little dude, because in the NFL I'm little. I'm not big, bro. I'm big in the sense that I'm swole, but I'm little in the sense that
you're shorter.
I'm short. You know, I got a little bit longer arms than people my size, but I'm shorter.
Yeah, because Ray Lewis was tall, man.
He's like 6'2", 6'1",
yeah.
I think. I don't know. I've never met him in real life. I don't think.
I feel like I would have his poster on my wall if I was you. For real?
What?
I've never met.
No, I know who he is.
I know you.
So I don't. He's 6'2".
I think is he really? I don't know why I always thought he was taller.
Ray
Lewis is like one of the most memorable of our generation, but in his position particularly.
Mm-hmm. One of the goats.
Hell yeah.
But let me finish up the start.
Oh yeah. Sorry. So you're with the OGs in the.
Oh yeah. So they told me like, yo, you got to do this. You got to be good on special teams, and that's one of the reasons. And then I'll get into that. Like, I think the downfall, and I've achieved. I'm no one. I have PFL champion.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
I played in the NFL, so I've done some things, but. And my boy J. Cole said this once. It's like if that's all I wanted to do, that's all I'll ever do. If I got a vision to be somewhere that I can't even see, like if I told you where I wanted to be and you laugh. That's the goal that I want to
Hell
be
yeah.
at. That you're like, okay, that's impossible.
Right.
But you got to shoot, because if you shoot halfway there, you're gonna get halfway there or lower. So if I shoot high, you know the saying, like, shoot for the stars, hit the moon.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So doing all those things, I'm like, I gotta. I think the key is like removing all the excuses, which is easily said and hardly done. Hard to do. So when I got cut and they told me like all the things to do, like I'm like, I know why I got cut, because I wasn't good at special teams. I sucked. Like, I sucked at special teams to start off, because I have bad memory. I got good memory when it comes to football, because football's, at the end of the day, like, you backpedal, cover two, this and that. Like, I used to mess up in defense too, but it's more of a muscle memory thing when it comes to the actions.
Right.
And special teams, I never did it, so I didn't have that muscle memory. And this is me making excuses, and that's going to my point. I think a lot of things that drive me and push me to where I want to be is eliminating, to the best of my ability, the excuses. Because I feel like when you fall short, there's something you didn't do right. As much as
It hurts to hear it.
as much as it hurts to hear, and that's why you surround yourself. Shout out my boy Gamero.
Big shout out. You know what I'm saying? We got an audience
One of my best
today.
friends,
You know
man.
what I'm talking about?
One of my best friends, man. As much as it hurts, here's to hurt, and that's why you surround yourself with people who are not going to sugarcoat it, who are not going to pat you on the back. Who are not going to say, "Hey, you want them not to be hard on you, but you want
from
them
time to time, you need a sugarcoating, right? But they need to know when, listen, you need to hear what's going on.
Yeah,
right now.
bro, and that's why I surround myself with people. Some of my closest friends are guys who are going to tell me, guys and gals, my mom, who are going to tell me, like, okay, you need to do this and just get it done. So when I got cut, I knew I wasn't good at special teams. I knew I didn't do X, Y, Z well, and I started working on that stuff, and I started to get more light on the practice squad. Mm-hmm. And since the guys were messing with me, obviously they're helping me out here and there. Like, obviously I'm in the NFL now, so I want to go out. Like, I'm hanging with some of the guys with a little bit more money, so I'm saving more, and they're telling, more importantly, they're giving me information that they don't necessarily give everybody,
right,
to how to stick around.
The inner workings.
Yeah. And
plus the coach also sees that you mesh well with the team, and that they're giving you advice and you're taking it. You know?
All those things are important, bro. It's a word that swings around in football. It's called favoritism. Mm-hmm. I really don't believe in it. Obviously, it's a thing. But favoritism is more of like, let's say I know you. Me and you've known each other for 10 years. Right. And I have a marketing position available in my business.
Okay.
And I interview a whole bunch of people. And I pick you. Is that me having favoritism? Have you ever heard that word before, favoritism?
Of course, yeah.
Favoritism towards you, or is that just me trusting that you're going to do a good job because I've known you for 10 years?
Right.
This person might have this and that and run this or do all these things that are great, but they're not good enough for me to overlook the fact that I can trust you. And trust is a very, very big thing. Like I said, I surround myself with people that I trust. Favoritism comes into play when you don't overwhelm the trust that they have in someone that they already want to pick. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
So either you're given the opportunity to already have the job by getting drafted, or you got to work so hard that you're not just better than the person that's already there, but you're so much better than them that coach who built a relationship with them, they might have been there for 5 years, 6 years, has to say, yeah, we got to go with him because he's just better. Like,
so much, like, it's so noticeable that we can't look away.
Yeah. Like we got to pick him. Like he's going to help this team.
It's undeniable at some point.
He's going to help this team. And that's what basically the vets told me. Like, you got to work. Like, you got to go out there every day and like live. Like one of my linebackers coach, he said, you got to go out there and like knock helmets off, and they have to like literally tell you to stop. Like if the head coach not telling you to stop. And the NFL is funny because like you don't get many opportunities to go live once the season starts. Like, it's 1 day a week.
Oh, really?
And it's not even live because you just have, we call it shells, but just shoulder pads. So you don't necessarily get to bring people all the way to the ground. You get to hit O-linemen because like if O-lineman's trying to block me, I get them off, and I can do that really aggressively.
Right.
And put them on his butt if I want to.
Right.
So that was my main tactic in showing them, like, hey, I'm short, but
I'm going to get around these guys.
Oh, no, now you get around them. If I got to go through them, I'm going to go through them.
Ooh,
Hell
You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? And I'm not a cocky person at all, but I understand.
Hell yeah, that's a mini video right there.
But obviously I'm not in the NFL no more, so I understand that I'm not the greatest linebacker ever, but that's the mentality you have to come in
Absolutely.
Hell
with.
yeah.
And that's what I came in with. Even if I wasn't successful all the time, that's the mentality I had to go to practice with, because they already think I'm a short. These are 6'5" linemen, and athletic as running backs and receivers. I remember getting shook one time in practice. Man, like, oh, bro. It's some dudes in the NFL, man.
Oh, yeah.
So you have to come. You can't, like, if I'm guarding Kobe one-on-one, because not saying anybody in the NFL, RIP Kobe, man.
All right.
RIP.
That's true.
Yo.
If I'm guarding Kobe one-on-one and I see him as Kobe, he's going to be Kobe. But if I see him as a dude who wakes up just like me every day,
Just some dude I'm competing against right now.
then I have a chance. You're still going to get smacked because it's Kobe.
Yeah, but you're no longer an obstacle, right? Mentally, you're not in your own way.
He's no longer, I'm going to reference music a lot because I lived through music. He's no longer an idol, and J. Cole has a song called No Idols.
Hell yeah.
Well, not a song, but he meant, I don't know. My philosophy is that outside of God and my Savior Jesus Christ, there is no one above me. And if I gotta have this mentality to beat you, I have to beat you. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So fast forward, because we were supposed to talk about how I got in fighting, but we've been talking
Bro,
about
we'll
everything
talk about,
else.
bro. We'll talk
We're
about
getting there,
anything
bro.
and everything.
Bro, fast forward, I'm doing well. There are rumors that, hey, they might move you up, this and that. And these are vets told me that. These are like lower level coaches, not the head coach, not
Yeah,
defensive
but they
coordinator.
got ears up there.
They got ears. They're like, hey, they keep doing it. Like, they look little nudges like, hey, Rook, keep doing your thing.
Hell yeah.
Hey.
And I'm like, they gonna move me up? Like,
Hey, that's motivating.
I'm
bro.
making
I'm
good money.
inspired right
Hey,
now.
listen, I'm making good money, but like, there's nothing like active
different-
money.
yeah.
There's different. Like,
It's a different level.
active money is minimum like 5 times more than what you make on a practice squad. I don't want to get a number because then it's like, oh, we're talking about. I don't want to talk about money because it's more the.
Right,
if
right,
you
right,
go in
right.
the NFL thinking like, oh, all money, money, money. You gotta really want to be the greatest to really survive.
Yeah.
Like if your motivation is money, you're gonna get that, and then you're gonna get unmotivated once you get it.
Correct.
But yeah, so they're murmuring, hey, bro, keep doing your thing. Hey, keep doing your thing. I'm starting to gain respect, and one of the linebackers that was there wasn't necessarily doing everything they wanted to do. So there was that window, and I'm knocking helmets off. I'm going hard, and I'm hurting. I'm going because in the price squad, I compare to, and I train a lot of athletes now. I'm a trainer. I do a lot of things, and I told my guys like, hey, because a lot of my guys like, can you give me a walk on at FIU? Can you do this? I'm like, bro, you think being a college athlete is hard? Being a walk-on is
Red
even
shirting's got to be fucking murder.
Bro, being a walk-on is the hardest role in college football, in my
I
opinion.
could see that.
Because just like on the price squad, and not price squad, but like if you don't have the ability, they want you to be like a dog. Like they're gonna use you like a dog. Not in a bad way. They're gonna work you because that's your role.
Right,
Like,
right.
That's your position. You don't bring a lot of. I keep because it's a business at the end of the day. You
Exactly.
don't bring a lot to the company, and we need you to work twice as hard as we do because we have the knowledge and we have the ability. You just have the drive. So drive, please.
I mean, Rudy painted it perfectly for the red shirting. That dude was just getting wrecked every fucking day, bro.
Bro, that's how it is. Movies don't always portray how. Bro,
course.
that's why Rudy's a classic because that's how. Well, at least I wasn't a walk-on. At least how I saw it. A lot of my friends, my close friends, were walk-ons because I saw how hard they worked.
Did you experience any sort of how you were talking about the veterans there? What was the treatment like? Was it welcoming or was it there was a term that
Hazing?
Ledoux had used that I absolutely loved, gatekeeping, as if though, you know,
I'm up here, you're down
I'm
there.
up here,
like
you're
I'm
the
a
scrub.
gnome
Right.
Yeah, for the most, out of the only group was the O-linemen, but I told you how I would approach them.
Right.
Right.
They were my friends outside of the field, but on the field, that was my easiest way to show that, hey, I can play football.
Right.
Because, I mean, covering or the running backs, you couldn't really, cause since like I said, we only had shells, so I can't tackle them. I can only thud them up. It's the term we use. So if I'm tackling you, driving my feet for a little bit, and then letting you go. But an old lineman, I can legally, not legally in the sense that the
But
coach
you're
will get
allowed
mad, I can put him on his ass. So that was my easiest way to do it, and I try to do it very often.
Hell yeah.
And NFL linemen are Pro Bowls, and they have families, and these are older guys who are married. They don't like that. Like, I wouldn't like it either. If I'm a Pro Bowl, I've been in the NFL for 9 years, and this rookie's coming trying to drop me every single Wednesday. So that's the only group I had animosity with, in the sense of, like,
Inside the game.
yeah, inside the game. Outside, it was a different story. Like,
Hell yeah.
I mean, my boy Gamero told me I'm a elephant that will not squish a fly. You feel me? I am a peaceful person.
Hey.
That's why we'll get in that too, and I got to circle back to fighting. That's why fighting was such a big jump. But yeah, that group is the only group that kind of like all right, Rook, like, chill out. Like, hey, Rook, you feel? My linebacker group was pretty cool. Shout out to Avery Williamson. Shout out to KPL. Shout out to Neville Hewitt, man, another undrafted free agent. A lot of good dudes, so I didn't get it from them too much. But, man, them old linemen got on me. Hey, man, you win some, you lose some. Some days they got me, but majority of the time, I was trying to get them, and they didn't like that. And I'm glad you asked that because it circles us back to, okay, practice squad, okay, I'm doing my thing. Hey, Rook, you doing your thing, keep doing it. Hey, man, they think about bringing you up. Remember, this is like week 10, so I'm like, hey, man, it might happen. And we get to like week 13, so there's only about 4 more games in the season, and I at least want to get 4 in because then I can really show what I can do. I can move it from special teams onto maybe playing a little bit and show that I can play football, which I know I can do. And I get a concussion from my old line.
Oh, fuck.
Man, and it was, I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to name any names, but it was a dirty hit.
Oh.
Like, football players know what I'm talking about. So it was a inside zone with a tight end coming back. So it was like a split zone. And so initially, my key is to look at the tight end. So I look at the tight end, and it brings me here. And he's obviously, that's the factor that they're actually running the ball here. So the ball's there. I'm not going to make the play. And he tries to block me, obviously cut me off. My thing is I was quicker, and obviously I got good hands. I'm good with my hands, at least in my opinion. Off, didn't touch me. I'm behind him now. So he's behind me. And I'm just looking like, okay, the ball's over there. I'm chilling. I'm, all right, I just made you look stupid. Effortlessly. And I'm chilling, and wham, in the back of the head.
Oh. In the back of the head.
Man, it didn't hurt because like it was like whatever. But you ever heard the term like getting your bell rang?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, I know why they say it now. Like I literally heard it ringing.
That beep.
Beep. I was like, man, what the fuck? My bad.
Is school out right now? What's going on?
Third period. I went to third period. What you talking about? Where's my book bag? So yeah, I got my bell ring, and I was good. I kind of stumbled a little bit. Let me compare it to like maybe getting rocked and fighting. I got rocked.
Okay.
It was an illegal rock.
But the coach noticed.
Nobody noticed.
So so in a fight you'd be stumbling.
Yeah, I would.
Stutter step.
I would have. You saw. I've been watching a lot of fighting because I got to study. I used to be an NFL linebacker. What got me there was studying. I got to study fighting.
yeah.
I'm a fighter.
Yes, sir.
I've been studying a lot of fighting from all different
Walks of
martial
life,
arts. Yeah, all of them. Wrestling. I wrestle, and I'm still studying wrestling because now I got to wrestle for a living.
Right.
But,
shout out Richard.
Yeah. I'm studying, and it's one. Floyd got rocked one time, like against who?
Maidana.
Yeah, and probably that's like ideally what happened to me. Like my knees buckled a little bit, and I came back too, and then the video cuts because it's film. It's not. They're not following me with a camera. It's
Right.
It's not a TV show. Oh, he just got rocked.
MTV's.
And I was stepping over there.
I don't notice until I watch film, but I get rocked. It's a Wednesday. I barely make it through the rest of practice because I'm very methodical in my thinking.
When you finished the practice?
Yeah, most definitely.
God.
What, are you
Most
gonna not
definitely.
finish your practice?
Bro, with a concussion, I think.
I'm gonna actually show y'all the video. I know Yahara talked about her getting slammed.
Right.
She didn't. Did she show y'all the video?
She didn't.
Did she not?
Y'all gotta get that video.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be midnight in Miami. Then it's gonna be midnight in Miami, but like viral video.
Hell yeah! What? Hey, what?
That's
what I'm talking about.
We're not getting my video.
Of course, bro. You got royalties,
I got
bro.
the video because I took it on Snapchat, and I didn't know any of this until.
Take over World Star, bro.
I knew something wasn't right in my head, and nothing hurt. It's just like, okay, the light, okay, something happened. My head shouldn't be ringing. It stopped, but I felt kind of weird. Like I don't know if anybody's had a concussion before.
Multiple,
and you just feel weird. Like you don't feel like you don't feel like you're about to die.
You feel a little bit off balance.
Yeah, a little off. So
Your
I was
eyes
like,
kind of annoy
and this
you.
was my first concussion. Like all throughout college, all throughout high school.
Really?
In FIU they thought I had one. But quick, I'm gonna make this story quick because I gotta talk about fighting eventually. But I love football, man.
Hell yeah.
Wait, was dude apologetic or not?
Fuck no.
No. So he said sorry, but not really.
All right.
Yeah, because he had to.
In college, when I was at FIU, I had the same mentality through FIU. We'll talk about if we have. I don't know if we have time.
We'll have time.
We'll talk about my journey through FIU because it was almost the same story.
Oh,
it was
I'm
like
super
same story,
interested in college.
Hell yeah.
bro. Like, but it's maybe my sophomore year, and because I started as a freshman.
Oh, that's right.
I'm
Right.
now starting to solidify myself as a dude. Like before, I was just a freshman, and they threw me out there, and I played well some games. But I was starting every game. I played well some games. I didn't play well some other games. My sophomore year was like, okay, I got to put it on because they not just gonna give out free opportunity. It wasn't free, but I happened to come in at a good time. Like I told you, I didn't know what a 3-tech was. I didn't know what a nose guard was. I just ran.
Right.
And hit.
This is your second year. Your first year, they let you, find your feet.
My first year, I knew nothing. I just was a dog. Like, that was my mentality. Like, you just going to go and tackle and hit and do whatever the coach tells you to do. That's how I was raised.
Now, question. While you were training football, were you a fan at all of UFC or MMA or anything, or not really?
Chuck Liddell, Anderson Silva.
Iceman, baby. I used to watch him Superman
And the
punch
Spider,
fucking
and the
fools.
Spider.
George St. Pierre.
GSP.
GSP.
I'm just naming guys that I knew in high school.
Yeah, those are who I used to
And
watch.
Right,
then
it's
kind
the
of
big
the
names.
truth, John Jones, but not really because I never saw him fight. These other dudes I saw fight, but I knew who John Jones was. Obviously,
Yeah.
John Jones. So yeah, not really. To be honest, to be
No,
frank.
of course. Which is even more impressive, honestly.
The transition.
But like
for
I said,
sure.
I'm a student of the game, so that I've been studying since I've got into it. It's like trying to get into football and you don't know who Tom Brady is.
Right.
Like, you got to know because you got to.
That would be wild.
That was one of
You
even
don't know who like Lamar Jackson is. You got to study these guys because these are guys you can be competing against.
He likes to pretend he wouldn't recognize Tom Brady if he saw him.
I crack
That's
jokes, but
fucking
I definitely
ridiculous.
would recognize Tom Brady.
That's a goat.
That didn't even make sense, right?
Billy goat.
What are we talking about?
How many Super Bowls you got?
7.
I just want to hear you say it.
7 and 10.
Wait,
It
so
hurts my souls to say
all
it.
right.
Yeah.
brief tangent. In the GOAT talk, MJ or
LeBron.
for real?
Come on, man. I'm gonna tell you why. You want me to tell you why? We ain't gonna never talk about fighting.
We were talking about ping pong before we
I'ma
talk
have
about
to come
fighting.
back. I'ma have
It's
to
like
come
tennis.
Part 2.
Yo.
I used to love Dragon Ball Z. On the next
Oh
episode.
my
Fuck
God!
yes, bro. We got Dragon Ball on the
there goes
table,
the
bro.
episode.
Bro, we are never gonna talk about
Yo,
fighting.
Hold on, though. Goku
But,
or
okay.
Vegeta?
Goku, man. I understand why you say if anyone says
Ooh,
Vegeta.
but you see it in the face,
because
baby. Team Vegeta.
Krillin, baby, Krillin was good.
Because they share the same hairdo.
Vegeta has
That's
more
facts.
of that underdog aspect to him. Like
That's
everybody
the
just
hunger,
hate-
dude.
Yeah, like Goku.
That's that grind, son.
we gotta
Wait, we're
focus.
getting sidetracked. Go back.
Where we at? Where we at?
So we're in the rookie camp, right? You just got your bell rung.
Bell rang. Oh, so
Yeah.
only other time they thought I had a concussion was my sophomore year because
Oh, that's right.
I was going stupid like I usually do, and I'm no means like I'm not trying to make myself like an amazing football player. I know the game of football, but I got sometimes too. Like
Of course.
I want to make sure that's clear. Everybody who gets someone, you're gonna get got eventually. You just make sure you get got more than you got. Get.
Oh, that's what is it? Waka Flocka game? That's a quote. I know
don't
exactly
even
what
know.
you're talking about.
I made it up, but somebody done said it before.
Yeah, he goes, I know I'm gonna get got, but I'm gonna get mine before I get got though.
So that's just the game of football. Like you gon' like obviously the elite players don't get got very often.
Right.
But if you play a game of football, you're gonna get shook at some point. You're gonna get ran over at some point. An old lineman is gonna put you on your butt at some point. But the way you get noticed is just making plays.
I gotta ask, are they still giving out cortisone shots like candy on Halloween?
If you can't talk about it, that's fine.
Yeah.
cortisone, like the shots.
It's
The
with the
There's a
T.
bunch of shots you can get.
Yeah, it's
Right.
the I can't remember what it's called. It's with an F, I think.
I got a different one in my butt.
Respect.
Which injury was it? It was ACL sprain. I've never had surgery, praise God.
Amen.
Hell
But
yeah.
ACL sprain,
Really?
MCL sprain. Yeah.
Shit, dude.
My
I mean,
rookie
that's-
year, we'll get to that too. It's a lot we could
How
talk
long
about.
were you out for those?
For rookie year, MCL, 4 weeks. We had a bye week, so I missed 3 games.
Okay.
I missed Marshall,
Luckily.
Megan, and Rice. I remember because I was starting.
Rice, fuck Rice.
Oh
What's up?
shit!
Rice, yeah. I missed Rice, and Rice was good. Marshall was good, and
Oh yeah, Marshall would have been a game.
no, they won that year. They had what's the old boy name? He from Miami. Dang, I'm forgetting, man. I'm from Miami. What we talking
We'll
about?
blame it on concussion. We'll blame it on the
Right.
Yeah, it's still ringing.
The early
It's still
onset
ringing.
CTE right there.
Let's-
You know.
So you
Yeah.
got your bell rung in FIU.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Oh,
no. They
you,
thought.
You
They
thought you had a concussion.
No,
yeah.
they thought. I
Oh,
didn't
they
have no
thought.
concussion. I was just tired. It was a hard scrimmage on a Saturday. It was hot. That's one of the problems. It's a great thing playing in Miami because it's always hot. But it's
It's
bad 'cause
humid, bro.
It's always hot, man.
Fuck.
Why is it always so hot?
Dude, and it's not just like regular hot, like it's wet hot.
Yeah.
All fucking.
In your face hot.
If you're not hydrating, you done. It's imagine running around with a helmet and some shoulder pads, trying to hit people for 2 hours while it's hot. God, that's not fun. It is fun when you plan and you condition well and you hydrate well.
Right.
But I ain't really do that. I was conditioned, but I sweat so much. And guys at the gym will tell you, bro, I sweat.
Oh yeah,
I
so
sweat
do
a
I, bro.
lot, bro. Because I work hard, but I sweat a lot too.
Swamp ass is a real thing, brother.
So fast forward, it's a hot day. I'm a starter. They making me play. They running, whatever. But I'm sweating, and they run a screen. I forgot which old lineman it was. I liked them. It's just, it's like candy in front of you when you get to put an old. I don't hate old linemen. It's just we used to call them, excuse my language, fat fucks.
Them FFs, they're out there. Let's get them, boys.
Hell yeah.
Nothing against old linemen. I got a lot of office lineman friends and comrades, but
That's just who's in the way.
yeah,
it's
who's
part
in
of the
way.
sport.
Like I kind of like the running backs more, so I gotta kind of put on y'all more. Like, don't get me wrong, I don't put on running backs before too.
Of course.
But it's like this. It's like a achievement, and maybe I got little man syndrome. When you put someone who's so much bigger than you on their butt,
That go, David
I think it's one of the
versus
biggest.
Goliath right there.
It's one of the biggest joys because I'm big, but I'm short. As like an undersized, under 6 foot type of dude. So yeah, they run a screen, and I have a choice. I could have, like I told you, when dude gave me the concussion, I could have whipped them real quick out. I'm quicker than you. I don't really got to touch you, to be honest with you. If you watch some of the small linebackers, that's how they play. Run, I don't even got to mess with you. Out of there. Like, this way, out of there.
Right.
I'm going to touch you a little bit. You fall, I'm out of there. Like, we hit them sometimes, but, you don't want to run.
You avoid the contact, yeah.
You don't want to run 300 pounds too many times.
Of course.
But this is one of those times I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, let me go ahead and in practice. Okay. And I went and drove all 225 pounds into his stomach and put him on his butt. He had a concussion for sure because I think I clipped him with my helmet a little bit, not intentionally.
Yeah,
you never do it intentionally, but wow, he on the ground and I'm looking and I kind of knocked the running back too and my other linebacker, I think maybe Fred or T. Will, shout out to them boys. I think they tackled the running back, but yeah, that old lineman was done for. He has a concussion, throwing up, whatever. Yeah. And I'm looking at him.
Oh, so a serious concussion.
That boy's purging.
Oh, no,
Serious concussion.
Allegedly, because, he had to get tested first. They had to figure out he had a concussion.
And those tests
look
aren't
at
100% either.
Yeah, you never know. But he probably had one.
If he's throwing up, odds are, yeah.
No, and that's why we're talking about this. He had one for sure. Mm-hmm. And I'm the type of person, I'm tired. Let me repaint it. I'm tired. I'm hot. I've been running around for 2 hours. I just decided to end practice. And I see him throwing up. It make me want to throw up.
That's facts.
Kevin Hart say, you throw up, it makes me want to throw up. Like,
of course.
Man, so you're in the corner throwing up, and they're like, "Oh, he's concussed," and you're like, "Nah, bro, it's disgusting,
It's
dude."
on the field. It's on
right
the
there.
So that's why they had to basically make me have a concussion
course.
because everybody
Concussion
saw
protocol,
it. I think we had like not scouts, but like other people in the building, like outside of football there. So it's like now they got to take me through the protocol.
Somebody from the NCAA was
he got
there.
It's like by association. He had a concussion, so you got a concussion.
What is the protocol, by the way?
It's rigorous. They do their job. It's a lot of high tech stuff. It's a lot of memory stuff. I don't know the names for them.
Yeah. No.
They make you do numbers and stuff, and it's like it's a baseline test. And when you get concussion, you got to get close to that number again.
Oh,
and
shit.
obviously, it's the obvious stuff like, hey, you sensitive to light? Yes, no. If it's no, okay, that's a good thing. If you're
Correct.
okay, I see that light. It's balance. They do a balance test.
Absolutely.
They do a lot of stuff, but the test is like drawing lines and seeing shapes and remembering stuff, and you got to do it again. Back to his concussion. He's on the ground. He's throwing up on the field. Like, the play's over with. Everybody's like, ooh, he's throwing up. And then I start throwing up, and then they realize, like, oh, we got to take these guys out, whatever. And they do their job. Man, shout out to FIU. They do their job, man. He had a concussion, so I had a concussion. Back to the NFL, this is when I got an actual concussion. And I've never had a concussion before, so I didn't know what it was. But once I figured out in my head, like, dang. I'm Googling stuff like I got AIDS. Like,
Shout out WebMD, baby. Shout out WebMD.
Not to offend anyone.
Shout out AIDS. Shout out.
Not to offend anyone, but I'm thinking like, man, because I don't want to have a concussion because I know I'm on the verge.
That's a week out, yeah.
Bro, a week, at least 2, and then they gotta slowly get me back in because the NFL does their job too. They want to make sure players are safe.
2 weeks?
I think it took me 2 weeks.
And UFC is way longer. And the UFC, it's...
Yeah, but you got a lot of time between fights. I mean, this is week.
Right,
You're
right.
out 2 weeks, you feel the 2 weeks.
Because I'm gonna be out for a week, and then they gotta transition me back into
practice.
practice
Exactly.
squad or whatever. I actually got a concussion, and I'm debating like, do I tell these dudes that I got? That's something I was thinking because I want to be great. Like,
Tell who?
stuff.
like I was gonna
Staff.
tell the trainers or staff or somebody because nobody knows. It's just me.
Oh.
Like
Yeah,
I didn't
because
fall.
if you have a light concussion, there's no way you can tell.
I'm gonna show
right?
you guys a video. Obviously, the viewers won't be able to see it, but like,
No. If you send it to me, they'll be able to see
yeah.
it.
So
Put it out there.
nah, I don't want to put the dude who rocked because it was a dirty hit. But,
Oh,
so,
okay.
I mean, he's still my dog. You feel me?
We'll
Like,
see.
it wasn't
Word.
personal.
Of
It was
course.
personal, but at the end of the day, it's
It
whatever.
just happens sometimes,
course.
bro.
It
Yeah.
happens, man.
Sports,
Like I said,
yeah.
I be putting him on their butt, and he saw opportunity just like I see opportunity.
Of course.
Right.
And he did it, man. I can't blame him. I can blame him, but I can't.
Right.
So yeah, I'm debating. I'm talking to my dog. Like I said, KPL. I asked him. Well, he's the last person I asked. But I asked a bunch of people. I asked so a bunch of linebackers. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have a. And this is another good thing about having a good group of linebackers because now I can ask them in good faith, knowing that they won't go and
won't go
tell.
and rat, yeah.
They will let me make my own decision. I asked
Damn,
a couple
dude,
dudes.
that's fucking.
Right.
That's good to have, man.
I asked a couple dudes. They're like, I mean, you do what you want, but man, you gotta, it's your life. You get me? Because you can die.
Yeah,
If you have a concussion and get hit again,
that's a tough situation to be in, brother.
bro. I'm trying to play in the NFL. I'm trying to-
Career, life, like you're.
bro.
Fuck.
Eventually, I make the smart decision and tell our trainers. But that's mainly because one of the dudes I look up to, KPL. Shout out to KPL. He's still in the league now. I think he played for Washington.
Okay.
He told me
Shout
like,
out.
"Hey man, you got to tell him. Like, you feel me? Like, it's your life. At the end of the day, like, you don't want to die, type stuff." And that's a person I respected a lot, so I did it. And I was out for a week and a half too. But the point of the story is, the next week, the player that I said I wasn't like all.
He
Like,
wasn't performing.
He was a good. No, don't get me wrong, because this player, and if I give stats, they probably gonna look him up. But he balled the first game and the second game. But he was like, me and him we were two different type of linebackers. And
Right.
it mainly was he's a great player. It's just the way the scheme was made up. The scheme was made for hard nosed linebackers. Cause we ran a 3-4 and it's 2 linebackers and you gotta shed a lot of blocks. You gotta go in there. He's more of like he has great coverage, and he wasn't.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't performing.
So it was
the way,
made for you, really, for the way you played.
Yeah, I mean, obviously 6'2", bigger
Well,
dudes,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the way I
But
play,
the way you play, yeah.
I mean, coverage comes into play too. My coverage wasn't all that great, and that's one reason I wasn't a stud. But run defense, I could do, and I was not afraid to put my nose in there at all. Like I was on site contact, like trying to, like, and like I'm not trying to make myself like seem like the greatest football player ever, but that was my mentality. Stopping the runs is a mentality. Defending the pass is more like technical stuff like that. It's a mentality too, but like it's like stopping the runs, like you're not gonna run the ball on me. Like I'm going to stop you.
That's that mama mentality, baby.
Yeah,
You know
so
what I'm talking about.
And this is around like maybe week 13, he got hit for PEDs.
Oh, wow.
He's already out. So they didn't even have to like, oh, we gonna bring you, we gonna cut him. Not cut, but like
Right.
we're gonna
He's
make
just- yeah.
because that's another thing people don't understand. Like for you to get in the NFL, somebody has to lose their job. So if you're on the practice squad, they have to cut someone to bring you on. And you're building a team. That's why it's a business. The higher up you get, the money gets involved because like people lose their jobs and you're losing money. You get what I'm saying? And you have to fire someone to bring somebody up. There's 10 practice squad players, or they can get it from anywhere. They can get it from any team, and they have to keep that 53 number. My bad.
You good?
Yeah, so they didn't have to have hard feelings. They wouldn't have had to have hard feelings by letting him go because he already got popped for PDs. They need me at this point. Not need, but like
You were
the
going-
door's
yeah.
open. The
Exactly.
opportunity has presented itself, and I worked all this time to do this and get this opportunity, and I did it. But I got hit in the head, and I got my bell ring, and I told them, hey, I got a concussion. I told them I was out for 2 weeks. I came back. My first game was against Green Bay. I forgot where the story was going, but it's going well, I guess.
It's going.
Green Bay, huh?
Yeah,
Okay.
Green Bay. So
This is
one of the goats.
2019,
This is
2020?
18.
2018, 19.
So I don't think they didn't make the playoffs that
No, I
year,
don't
but they
think
still
so.
got a GOAT on their team.
I mean, it's Rodgers, you know.
Come on, man. Hey, Brady the GOAT, but Rodgers is the GOAT.
Listen, dude. Rodgers is undeniable.
As
Breeze
far
is
as like his
undeniable. All of
ability,
them.
people look at
Great fucking QBs.
But people look at Patrick Mahomes, but like, man, Aaron Rodgers been doing crazy stuff like that, man.
Dude, I know, but
The man's a magician.
I think the thing is with Mahomes, he's got the potential.
Yeah.
Because he's so young.
Forget potential.
Like if he's doing, my point is, if he's doing this shit now, give him 3-4 years in the league.
Yeah.
I mean, he could start doing some wild shit. I mean, he could easily. It could be like a bubble he's in right now.
Just not even looking.
Dude, I mean, that one pass at the end when he was fucking laying flat, just looking somewhere else.
Bro, and
that was in the numbers.
Wait, we talked
I saw that.
about
ridiculous.
LeBron. We talked about LeBron and MJ, and that's why I say LeBron, because the game has to elevate. People think
MJ,
like,
baby.
obviously this is a GOAT.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
But
It's a different game now.
The stuff not even just the game, the opportunities these players have, athletes have, and the stuff that you have that you're in your reach, just the stuff that science, period. Like, athletes are built better in this time.
Yeah, I mean, you got supplements. The workouts are more specific. I mean,
because
it's a different game now.
People realized that it was a business, and they started investing. So a lot of people invest in athletes. LeBron, I mean, you guys, if you follow social media, you know that how much he invest in his body.
Yeah, and recovery. It's like over $1 million a month or some shit.
People think because he's 6'8" and this and that, he did all this. Like,
Gotta be honest, with that information, MJ still takes a dub.
Yeah.
Because if MJ had all of the supplements, all of the cupping techniques, all of that stuff. Yeah, but the same LeBron having all that stuff on a one-on-one, I don't think he could take it. Like, with the physicality that MJ brings into it, LeBron can't keep up.
This is how I see the argument. I don't think you can compare them because
You can't. You really can't. Correct.
Like, if you want to,
they're also different players.
RP Kobe, but if you want to compare him and Kobe, then that's a different argument.
Correct.
Like, you can argue that because they played somewhat.
You can compare both of them to Kobe.
Yeah.
MJ to Kobe,
because Kobe's like in the middle.
Well, he played in both.
We're not gonna say we're gonna put Kobe because RP Kobe, man.
Hell yeah.
But I put LeBron at the top because he's just a better athlete and he knows basketball. And you can't. What's the old saying? Like, talent, hard work beats talent. Mm-hmm. Like, LeBron works hard. He's talented. I mean, he cares about his community, and he's physically a
specimen.
Mm-hmm. Jordan was a specimen too, but LeBron is like.
But he's a different kind of specimen.
Built in a lab, bro.
Yeah.
Let me ask you something. Where towards the end of the your football career, at what point did you think, okay, I need to get into fighting, or had you already ran out of all your opportunities opportunities in regards to the football field? At what point did you think, okay, fighting is the next thing that I want to get into?
I told you I'm a rambler. That was the first question you asked.
Yeah, bro. You're making my job easy. I'll tell you that.
My bad.
Career with the Jets is really career with the Jets.
You can open up a little bit.
My bad.
You good.
Let me try to narrow it down as much as I can. So, we're at the Jets, and I get this opportunity.
Mm-hmm. But you're
concussion.
Mm-hmm. Right.
I tell them I gotta wait 2 weeks, get back into it.
So what's your first week? Week 15 maybe?
Yep. That's against Green Bay, and I'm playing against Green Bay. I know I'm not gonna play a lot because they got their starters. That's another thing. Just because you're active don't mean you're gonna play defense. That doesn't mean you're gonna play.
They were fighting for the playoff at that point.
Oh, so you could be active and not play?
We weren't fighting for the
playoffs. No, not Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
You could be active and not play?
You can be active and not play at all. That's another thing. So
and you're still getting active money?
Yes. That's one thing you don't get, which I'll explain right now. And like I said, I'll talk about money, but I won't give numbers.
No, you don't have to at all.
So there's 10 practice squad. There's 50, and this could be different. I ain't been in the NFL in 2 years. There's 10 practice squad. There's 53
active players.
Active, and then in that active, you can only play 46. Right. So there's 7? My math is off. 6, 7.
Yeah, around there.
4, 7. Yeah.
Bam.
There you go.
They're like reserves.
There's 7 guys who don't know for the most part if they're going to play or not, and then on game day, they say, okay, you're inactive.
This is a squad, yeah.
And they go in with 46 guys. And that's why the NFL is so tough, because I got to get 46 guys that I trust to go out there and win a football game.
Right.
That's why every week, if a team loses, it's a on-edge week, because
moves are being made.
Somebody got to go.
Mm-hmm.
If you lose, boy, if you 0-7, best believe you're not starting with the same 53 guys. Absolutely not. Because it's a business. If I own a business and it's not making money, and I got a marketing guy and we're not doing good with marketing, find me another marketing guy. You get what I'm saying?
So then second week you're back?
Yeah, second week I'm back with the against the Packers. They moved me up, and I was super happy, man. Because, like I said, I prayed for this opportunity, and I'm getting it. Mm-hmm. I knew I wasn't going to play much defense because they had their starters. And if you're not a starter, literally, if some starters play all the special teams.
Right.
And if you're not a starter, you don't play defense. Now, you have to play all special teams. So I was on punt, I was on kickoff, I was on kick return, and I was on punt return. My first couple of plays, I had 30, maybe 40, 45 total snaps in the NFL. So I played in the NFL, but obviously not very much. Some guys...
How was that first one, though?
I'm getting to it. It's nice. It's nice. First, maybe 3 plays were kickoffs. Maybe a punt return after that, and a punt. So on this punt, D-Rob, I forget his real name, but he was one of the greatest kick returns and punt returns that year. I think he made a Pro Bowl.
Okay.
He gets the ball. I'm on that punt team, so I'm blocking. Got to block good. I got my guy, got him, whatever. I'm chasing him, I'm bumping him, doing the techniques or whatever, because there's techniques to it.
Right.
And our special team coach won special team coach of the year, so we had good special teams. So I had a high standard to live up to. He gets it, breaks for like 60 yards, but there's some yellow laundry on the floor. And it's on me for a block in the back. Yeah, and it was a legit block in the back. Like, it was my first like play where I actually get to be involved, and I was so anxious. And this is me making excuses again, but I should have known better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but also you found what happened.
Yeah, I know why it happened, and I know how not to let it happen again.
You're self-aware.
Yeah, it's like this is my first fight, so like I'm going to like, unless I see myself in this moment, I'm going to make a mistake, and there's going to be some adversity, and the adversity got me a yellow flag.
Yeah, flag on the play.
Man, Coach Boyer, the special teams, man, he ripped me. He went in. He was like, he cursed. I'm going to make it nice. He was like, I will never play you again. I don't care who. Because like I said, they were amping me up. They were saying like, hey, Wint, you got to go out there. We know you're going to do good because you do good in practice. Like, you always, like, I'm putting 100% in every special teams. I used to not be good at special teams, and I worked myself up to be a special teams, like, demon on practice squad and, like, looks. Like, I was going. And this is a dude who ran a 4.85. But I'm going. I'm just going. I'm going. And he's like, I don't care who tells me or whatever, I will never play you again if you do something like that. Because he just broke for 60s. And we're in a close game. Like, we're trying to win football games. Every game counts. He just broke for 60, and it's a flag now, and we don't get those 60 yards. So he's like, I will never play you again. And I'm sitting on the bench. He's ripping me. Everybody's like, hey, whatever, man, whatever, like, next play type stuff.
Right.
I don't want to hear none of that. I'm like, I'm literally here like God, like, why would you bring me here to have me in my career with a block in the back? Like, why would you do that? Like, you are a funny dude. And I'm, like I said, I'm religious. I'm a very religious man. I think God does everything in my life for me. I wouldn't be the man I am today without, what God has took me through and took me to. Man, I'm sitting there and I say a quick prayer. Nothing, people think prayer has to be like, oh, I'm praying. Like, no, just talk to your Father. Like, he is listening all the time. Just talk to him. Right. I'm sitting there like, yo, like, you gave me an opportunity. Just like, let me get one more and let me get a play and let me do something. Because if I don't do nothing in this game, I am not playing again. Because especially if we lose. If we lose and I had this and I don't do nothing in this game, I'm not playing next week and they're going to cut me after the season. Because there's only one more game left and we're playing the Patriots. God. And the Patriots, as much as people look at Tom Brady, the Patriots has every year in and year out, because I used to study this stuff. I was a student of the game. The best special teams, bro. And that's one of the reasons they win. They have good defense, good special teams, and they don't make mistakes. So I'm like, yo, it's going to be hard cooking next week, even if I even play, because I already done got the block in the back. So I'm sitting on the bench, back on the bench, and I'm like, come on, make something happen for me. You are God. I put the work in. Like, hold your promise. Like, and this is obviously, I'm talking to God, but like, I'm like, but when he knows your faith, and I feel like I put a lot of faith into the game at that point. Yeah, I made mistakes. I wasn't perfect. But I feel like the Lord knew my faith, and he knew how much I need. Like, I worked for that opportunity, and it's falling out of my lap. Right. Not saying his fault. It's stuff that I did wrong. Mm-hmm. But I'm asking him to save me one more time. So I'm like, just give me one opportunity to make one play. The next play is a kickoff. And I get there. I'm the L5. And if you don't know anything about kickoff, if you guys want to see big plays on kickoffs or hits and stuff like that, look at the 2 first inside guys on the kickoff. So there's 10 guys across and the kicker. Count the 10 guys and the 2 first inside next to the kicker. Those are wrecking balls. Like, they literally job is to go and hit. Like,
hell yeah.
But with that responsibility, you get a lot of attention. So I'm like, I don't care who tries to block me. I'm going down there and I'm just gonna find the person with the ball. I'm just gonna run as fast as I can. I run a 4.85. I'm gonna run as fast as I can, and I'm going to literally like just be a wrecking ball. I go down there, run really fast. I don't remember anybody trying to block me. When I watched the film, there was a dude trying to block me. He just couldn't. That's how much I was sliding.
Damn.
I might have been the first one out there. I was the first one down there. And this dude run a 4.85. And there's other people on there that ran faster than me.
Right.
You get me? But it's just a will that I had in me, but he took out of me that said, hey, this is what you have to do. So I ran down there and got a forced fumble. Y'all want the real story or the fake story? Y'all want the real story or the
I
fake
don't know.
story?
The forced fumble sounded really good. What happened?
No, this is the real story,
Okay.
but now you have the options. I'm gonna give you an option again.
Hell yeah.
So
All right.
it's just like in a fight. A lot of stuff correlates, and that's something I had to learn. Like I said, I'm a student of the game. When you knock someone out, you don't know that they're knocked out until you look at them.
Right.
Like you don't obviously you punch hard, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna knock them out.
Of course.
You're just swinging, and then one of them hits the button and he drops.
Right.
Same thing with football. I don't know you're gonna fumble the ball when I hit you. It's not like obviously there's like trying to punch it out, punching it out, or aiming for the ball. But if I'm just tackling you, I don't know that you're gonna fumble.
Right.
Did I go down?
Did it feel similar to when you got your knockout?
Nah, because mine was a TKO, so he didn't really go out, but he was. I overwhelmed him, so they gave me a TKO. This is equivalent to knocking someone out cold because they fumbled the ball. So now he's not out cold, obviously.
Of course.
But he lost.
Yeah, he's fucked.
The most important thing. So I go in there, I tackle him, bomb, nice form tackle. It's on my Instagram. Maybe I'll send you guys a video.
Okay.
Nice form tackle, bomb. I exit to the right. I know I smacked him because I heard it. Like it was like an out of body experience. Like bam, I'm like, I really just made my first NFL tackle. So I get up, I'm hype, and I usually don't celebrate. I get up.
I would.
Bro, I'm like,
fucking the ball's on the
yes.
floor.
I'm like, God's real. Yes, he did it for me. I just asked for it. He gave it to me. Thank you. And I'm pointing, but people think I'm pointing like, oh, actually, I think my boy True. He played cornerback. And he pointed. Like, he's thinking I'm trying to celebrate with him to go up. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yo, you are the greatest. Because I asked for it and you gave it to me. Right. But that's the great thing about God, man. You'll ask for something and he'll give you more if that's the faith you have. So like, man, I didn't know until I got on the bench that was a fumble. Like I'm literally sitting down. People are, bro. I'm telling you.
But
watch the video,
but your boys are like, fuck yeah, bro.
And I never look back to see if it's a fumble. I'm like, yeah, he jumped.
Did you guys recover?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Bro, on the like 15.
Oh wow, that's fucking dope.
On like the 15.
I will never again celebrate the Jets.
I appreciate it from me. From me. Thank you.
That was a one-time thing.
Mad respect. Hell yeah.
But yeah, we got the fumble. My boy Rashad recovered it, but I did not know. Like I glimpsed back for a minute, but it was more so in this like literally, I'm a childish person, but this was going through my head. I'm like, hey, I made a tackle, thank you God, whatever. What they back there doing?
Why you guys being so loud, bro? Let me celebrate.
I'm dead serious. So I'm looking, I'm like, okay, all of them are doing something, but I did my job, so I'm gonna celebrate. And I'm celebrating. I get on the bench. They're like, Wint, yeah, bomb. First 2 guys, I'm like, yeah, appreciate it, man. Made my first tackle. 3, 4 more guys come. I'm like, all right, yeah, I didn't know I had this much love.
Hell yeah.
Man, Coach Boyd come over. He's like, hey, man. I'm like, okay, all right. Man,
damn, I know it was a good hit, bro. Calm down.
Then finally it came up on the Jumbotron. I'm like, hold up, wait.
Wait, who just did that tackle?
I look good.
They don't usually replay tackles. Bomb ball comes out, we recover. I'm like, yo, I just really forced a fumble on my first NFL tackle. And that's not the caveat, bro. Obviously, I only played about 45 plays, which is, some guys don't get to play any plays. So I'm blessed to have it. It's really not. Most guys play 45 plays, like starters in a game. But I'm special teams, so maybe I got like 15 in one game, and then like 18 in like that game, and then like a couple more, like 17 in the other one. So I don't know the exact number. Playing special teams, I never played defense. But yeah, man. that was my only tackle, and it was a forced fumble. So like the ratio for tackle to forced fumble is 100. So
wow.
Every time I hit somebody, they might fumble. Who knows?
Hell yeah.
That's probably not it, but like.
But it is right now.
It is right now. I might be the only dude in the NFL ever do it. But yeah, that's my
hell yeah.
That's my come to Jesus moment, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, obviously, like that's when I guess my faith, because I was here. I got baptized back in July 27th of 2017 at Metro Life Church. Shout out to Metro. Okay. Yeah, and obviously when you
bro, they need a big push.
Whatever I don't know what you guys' religion is. I don't want to push. No, I do. God's the greatest. As long as you believe in God, you know, he will do whatever you need as long as you are faithful to him. And he's faithful to you. He already loves you. But yeah, that was my coming to Jesus moment. It was like you really did that. Like I've been praying, but like to get in the NFL and do all this stuff, but I didn't know you had your hand in the pot. Like, okay, I see you working. I'm gonna give it to you. I think you want it. Like I'm gonna give. You're a vessel, but you're not like a ship yet. And he made me the Titanic on that play, because it literally was like prayer and then like blessing, like prayer and then blessing. So like I really don't even think it was me, to be honest with you. Like it was an out of body experience.
So for someone that's considers them an elephant, a God loving man, a God fearing man, where does beating people to a pulp come into a play? You know.
I ran, but we still in the first question.
He's bringing them. He's giving them their come to Jesus moment.
Oh yeah, my bad. No. It's me and my boy Gamero. No man, that's why he laughing. We talk all the time, man. Because like I said, I don't have empty conversations. That's what I love. So I'm a very loving person. Like you said, I love everybody, man. I ain't got too many enemies. I done been in fights before, but it was never me being the aggressor. Because I love people, man. I think when you love God, which I've always done, and I think that's one thing He's put in my spirit. You have to love your neighbor. I mean, everybody knows that. And I take that to an extreme, man. Like, I love being, as long as you're good to me. Obviously, there's people out there that aren't good for you, and you can see them coming from a mile away. But as long as you're good to me, I love you. You feel me? I just met you guys, but I love you because you are
shit.
And my belief, you are His creations, and He made us all in our image, all of us. But yeah, now I got to beat up His creations. Oh, I don't have to. It's a choice, and that's a choice that I had to. It wasn't easy making. So fast forward, because we're still in the first question. I want to answer it. But I'm gonna have the opportunity with the Jets. I come back next season.
Yo,
that's a T-shirt though.
That's a T-shirt for sure.
What's a T-shirt?
That's
I gotta beat up his creations now. Come on now. You gotta
let's market it. Can we get a patent?
Yo,
on the video shit for sure.
Let's do that shit.
We gotta.
Hell yeah.
Wow. That's gonna sell. It's gonna be a hoodie, but it's gonna be a cut.
Listen, bro.
Oh God, that's good. That's really good.
Don't give him too much.
Don't give him too much.
Just give him a little taste. A little taste.
Stop me.
A little taste.
Yo, that's the wrath of God right there,
That's the
baby.
wrath of God
Bro,
right there.
but yeah. So that I had that opportunity. I'm thinking it's up from here because we play the Patriots next week. Like literally, I don't get to do anything because it's the Patriots.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I had opportunities. They actually gave me more opportunities than I had before.
Okay.
But it just wasn't happening because at the end of what we say in college is this dude's on scholarship too. Like they get paid to stop you.
Yeah.
You're not always gonna have your way unless you work for it. And I wasn't at that level yet. So that season ends. I come back the next, and I'm doing my thing, whatever. We're working, and I get cut. Long story short, and not for outside reasons, and this is one of the things that hurts athletes is that you do something for so long, and you have so many people behind you, and one day it's gonna end. For all of us,
right?
No matter what you do, you can be a writer. At some point, you gotta stop writing. You can be a cook. And at some point, you gotta stop cooking professionally. So with all professions, not just football, you can't do it forever. So if you make it your life, when it ends, your life ends. And for athletes, that's how it is. Sometimes my heart burns for athletes, and a lot of my dogs. I was the same way, but because it's not even you that make the excuses for you, it's other people that make it for you, and they don't do it in malice. That's a word I learned watching the Jay-Z interview. It means in bad harm. You feel me? They don't do it intentionally. But as much as I'm trying to keep the excuses from me, because excuses will kill you. They say excuses, what it is? Excuses are like a butthole. Everybody has one. And it's true. It's a little vulgar.
Classic.
My bad.
Classic.
Everybody has one, and it's easier said than done. I make excuses too, but I try not to. And even when I'm trying not to, if I have my uncle or whoever, it's crazy because that's what Jay-Z said too. He gonna hate me. I said, oh my bad. But if I have my uncle saying like I come back and he sees I'm down and he knows I just got cut and he says like, oh, like what? Like he asked me, oh, what? Like what? Eventually, people are gonna ask you like, oh, why'd they cut you? Mm-hmm. And you can either say like, man, I wasn't good on special teams. I didn't work out as much. Not like that. I wasn't trying to work out, but I could have worked harder. I went out sometimes, and I wasn't a person that went out a lot. But I knew there's always more that you can do. And if you focus on what other people did, like the word we talked about before, favoritism and circumstances and injuries, I got injured, but that's not the reason I got cut. I got cut because I didn't put myself in a position not to get injured. Like I was in great shape. I still ran very well. I was like 245 when my ideal weight to walk around was like 235. Mm-hmm. But I love food. So.
Amen.
Same, bro,
Man, I got a big appetite. But yeah, one thing I did coming back, I identified what did you do wrong? Not what did these coaches do wrong, not what did your injury do wrong, don't blame God because he already gave you the opportunity. It's your job to run with it if this is what you're supposed to be doing. But what did you do wrong? And I did a lot of things wrong, and I knew I wasn't, like I said, I came out in 2018, ran a 485, bench press 220 17 times, and you say that like, oh, that's a decent number. For a linebacker, isn't like if you don't get over 20, that's not average. Like that's below average. And like I said, the NFL does not want average. They want
exceptional.
They want exceptional athletes. And I was not an exceptional athlete. And even though I know football very well, I wasn't studying as much as I could have. And you people hear that like, oh, you wasn't studying, like you was like this $1 million. No, I was studying hard.
It seems like you got tremendous football IQ.
Mm-hmm. I was studying hard, but was I studying every single second I could have? No.
Right.
I went out sometimes. I chilled with girls sometimes. I did other stuff. Like I had a life. And to be great, to be a GOAT, you almost got to be obsessed with your goal. Mm-hmm. Like it has to consume you. If you, especially coming from where I come from, I'm 5'10". I run a 485. Like I have to become a different person. And I wasn't that person yet. And that's why I got cut. So when I got cut, I decided, hey, like you can either mope and be like, man, fuck the Jets. you can say it now because I just said fuck the Jets. Yeah.
But shout out, that one in.
Shout out to the Jets because they gave me my first opportunity. I wouldn't be in the NFL without them.
So you were signed with them 18-19, 19-20, and you got cut in 19-20.
Yep.
Okay.
But I could have been like, fuck the Jets, fuck the coaches, fuck Boyer, fuck whoever else. And Boyer's a hell of the Jets had 3 coaches since I left. Well, Bulls, what's the old boy from, I forget names sometimes. Gates. And then the new coach that you got from
fucking Gates, dude.
Yeah, he did this thing at Dolphins for a little bit. Was he there when they went like 7-0 and then they started losing? Or 4-0, 5-0?
Gase was here.
Let me say this. I think every coach is a good coach. Is more so culture that wins games and people who buy teams that buy in. If you put your hope, just like I'm saying right now, if I put my hope in another man, I will never get it done. Collectively, we have to get it done.
Yeah.
And that's the mindset that I was like, me as the CEO of myself, I know that I was not getting it done to my extreme. So when I got cut, I was like, let's go become a better athlete. You're strong, but are you an athlete in every sense of the word? Like,
was it a transition directly into MMA, or did you consider other sports?
No, it was football.
No, after the fact.
Yeah, still football.
Still football.
Even now, and maybe this is breaking news, but I mean, my agent knows, everybody who needs to know knows, but I'm still pursuing football to the. Like,
I'm double dipping. Agent.
No, I'm double dipping. Right. Daily. He knows. I don't want to talk about like what I do daily because I do a lot. But I'm training.
That's what I was gonna ask you. You're still working out. You're still running your drills. You're still keeping tight.
Quadruple a days right now, bro.
Am I? What
are we running? What are we running?
Oh shit! I can't.
All right.
Here.
He's like, I can't give all the sauce.
Yeah, but I got the answer I wanted there.
I got cut, and I said, I'm not an athlete. I'm strong, and I know football to an extent, and I'm not slow, but I'm average. Like, they don't want average. So either I can stay average, or I can painfully and consumingly claw my way to become the person that they want. And that's what I've been doing for a year and a half.
Hell yeah.
In that process, obviously, like I said, it's a business. So my agent isn't talking to me as much as I haven't made him any money. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Of course.
He only get, and it's another thing people don't know about agents. Like they're making an investment, and you don't get paid on your investment unless your investment
Makes
is
money.
in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Not, I was making good money in the practice squad, more than like most people I know at home. I wasn't making a whole bunch of money. I wasn't a millionaire by any stretch of the word, but I was making good money. He doesn't get any of that until I'm active. So he only
gets a percentage off an active contract.
Yep.
I had
wow.
no idea.
People
I
don't
assumed
know,
that
man.
you signed a contract.
And these
that's
are all
it.
the assumptions that when you like, if you what's your profession?
Acting.
Acting. So if I said something about acting, you're like, oh, is this how it is? Isn't that? And
No,
you
it's
tell me,
similar because I have agents, and I mean, you
no, not even just that. Just your profession, like acting. And there's all ins and outs and terms and stuff
Right.
and this and that. And I ask you something about acting, and that's not how it is.
Right.
And I tell you like, well, I think that's how it is. When you be like, okay, well, you don't do acting.
Right, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So I'm not an agent. So, and most people aren't agents, so they don't know how it works. But me taking myself from my body and like looking at it from his point of view, like, man, I'm not making you no money. Like,
Right.
so let me become a person who can make you some money so we can make money together. It's a business at the end of the day. I love Malk, man. Malk is my guy.
Big shout out.
But Malk is a businessman. So I wasn't getting as much communication. He thought, when I called me, I answered with this and that. But with guys, and when you grow up playing football, you're used to guys like people calling you like, oh, like we're gonna do this, and that. Nah, you are the product. Like, go become the product. And he didn't have to pay for nothing to an extent. Like, I went and got it myself. And I methodically, like I am, like I'm not a super smart guy, but I'm like, okay, what's my biggest expense? I made a little bit of money in the NFL. How can I save some money? Biggest expense for someone out of the NFL is like training. You got to pay your trainers a lot. A decent trainer, even if you only train with him in the off season. The off season is what, like 3 months? So 3 months, you'll probably pay him like $1,500 a month. So what is that, like $4,500? Fuck. Yeah,
Okay.
And that's cheap. To be honest with you, that's just maybe what I paid.
And that's just what you're paying the trainer. That's
that's just-
nothing else.
And we're talking about daily, right?
No, so daily what?
How often are you training with him?
Maybe like 5 days a week.
Right. Oh, then yeah, 5 days a week actually. Yeah, it's not much actually.
It's not much, yeah. That's minimum, but that's a good amount for like if I gotta do that.
Oh, like you're paying it. Yeah,
I'm thinking in the
that's
long
expensive.
run because I didn't get any workouts after I got cut, but I had the mentality that I can get a workout any day. There's another quote. It says, "If you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready." It's not even a quote. It's like a mentality that comes with football.
Like a mantra.
It's like a mantra. Stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. That's what keeps athletes going when like you don't have that opportunity anymore. So me not having the opportunity, I had to become a person that would not only when the opportunity comes, capitalize on it. So I'm training, and my agent, obviously as a businessman he is, he's like, hey man, you can fight. I started training. I don't know if you guys know Gus Villano. He fights with I think Goat Shed. Shout out to Gus, man.
Yeah.
He fights with Goat Shed. Me and him went to the same church, Metro. Shout out to Metro. And I met him there, and he was a professional fighter. And I wasn't thinking about fighting. I just wanted to box. I wanted to stay in shape because I was getting tired of fucking freaking. I was getting tired of fucking. I needed different ways to work out. Like, because when you get bored of just
Cardio get boring, bro.
running,
Oh my
backpedaling, jumping,
God.
catching the ball. Like, there's not too many activities you can do with football. You backpedal, you speed turn, you shuffle, you jump, you do all that stuff. I had to cross train to keep myself. So I started playing basketball. I suck at basketball. I taught myself how to play basketball to an extent. I'm not great, but I'm a good defender and I know the rules a little bit.
Body the hell out of
I
somebody.
started swimming. I used to be a terrible swimming. I taught myself how to swim. I kid you not. Am I great? No, but I cannot drown.
You're gonna work.
I got a
on it.
mean backstroke though,
Man,
boy.
If I fall in the ocean, I can at least stay alive for like 20 minutes. It's hard for me to tread water. It is. That's the hardest part. And I taught myself how to train myself. And a part of that was surrounding myself with activities that were not that expensive that I could do that would help me cross-train. Yoga, basketball, boxing. So my agent sees me boxing, and this is why I assume, like I said, I can't speak from out. And I assume he sees me boxing, and it's like, okay, athlete, strong. I'm lifting a lot of weights. I used to post a lot of workouts. I don't really do it no more because I don't really want people to know how strong I am.
Keep it
But he's
under
strong.
wraps.
Hell yeah.
And I used to
Hell
post
yeah.
boxing because it was cool, and I wasn't really doing it like I don't like posting stuff that I would do seriously. I wasn't doing it to be serious. I was just doing it, because it was cool. It was with my boy Gus, and it was a new skill that I'm learning that I used to suck at.
Right.
And I'm getting better, but I'm still amateur. I'm still amateur right now in boxing in my hands. And he's like, okay, you used to wrestle, boxing. That's the two main components. His hands don't look that bad. And wrestling, as you guys know in MMA, grappling is the
right.
That's vital. That is the thing that holds most great fighters up. Most. Obviously, it can be beat. Everything can be beat, but that's a big block if you're trying to be a great fighter. And I was a state runner-up in high school, wrestling. Man, we could talk all day because I got stories from wrestling, too.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I was a state runner-up, and I went 19-0 my senior year and lost in the state finals. That's another, like I said, I'm carrying this mentality. And it's not something I read in a book. It's just a mentality that the Lord blessed me with. I was like just losing that drive me to be greater at football and FIU. Because when I lost, I was like, okay, I wasn't going to win it anyways. But it ate at me. So I'm like, it could have ate at me and said like, oh, I didn't work hard to get it anyways. But I know I didn't work hard, so it made me work harder at FIU because I correlated not working hard with losing or not getting what you want. So I didn't become a state champ because I didn't work hard enough.
Right.
Not because, and it was a close match. I lost like 5-1, but it was 1-1 with like 50 seconds left, and I did something stupid. Wow. So yeah, I correlate all those things, but he knew I was a good wrestler. I took 4th the year before, so 4th and a 2nd place. In the year before, no excuses. I know a lot of, I think Yahira said it like, but no excuses. People say no excuses, and it makes it. Yeah. So it's an excuse, but I know that with hard work, that excuse could have been overcome.
There you go.
There we go. I'm not good.
No, you good, bro. By the way, before we continue, ladies and gentlemen, every single week, you know what I'm talking about? We have two different segments, and one of those is actually the movie review of the week. You know what I'm talking about? And every single week, we ask our guests, some sort of media, a film, a TV show, something that you watch constantly, something that you could not recommend the fans more, whether it's something that you watch during your fight prep or for prepping for a game, or if it's something that you just watch when you're chilling, you want to let your mind roam free. What's something that you can recommend to the listeners?
Dang, I didn't know I get to do this. This is fun.
Man, we got the surprises.
I got a couple of things. Do I get one?
You can do a couple.
All right, so I'm gonna do a movie. I'm gonna do music because I'm big on music.
Oh,
that's why he's my dog right here. He got good taste in music. This is my DJ, by the way.
Okay, all right.
He's not.
I think all his songs he walks out to.
Oh, okay, all right.
What was my walkout song?
Superstar, Lupe Fiasco.
Classic.
Banger.
Classic.
Banger.
And a lot of people told me like, oh, I didn't expect you to walk out to that with that because obviously I'm a big black dude I'm from the hood, so like you think like, oh, little babies. Nah, I got a
what
very.
What are you expecting? Too late?
I gotta walk out to a Lizzie McGuire theme song, bro.
I got a very specific music taste. Like, I feel like I have a very good ear for music, and there's music that I like, but it's not necessarily music I want to listen to. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I like the trap and all that stuff, but when I'm really trying to, focus or like.
Yeah, like really, I can't party to it, but.
Yeah, get into my groove, like really be psychologically there. Mm-hmm. There's certain music I listen to. My favorite rapper, if I gotta put somebody on, is Cole, man. That's my go-to.
J. Cole.
That's my go-to. Is he the GOAT? He got more work to do, but he is a GOAT. I think Lil Baby, because I do listen to other music. In the new song he dropped, I forgot which song it is. He said, "I'm not a GOAT, but I got characteristics," or something like that. So that's why I think when I hear J. Cole, it's like. You got the makings, you got the potential to be a GOAT. Right. So, like, I'm already call you GOAT because I know you're going to achieve it. If you stay, because there's rumors of him retiring.
Really?
Don't retire. There's rumors about a lot of stuff, man. I don't read into it because it's like, whatever. Whatever we got, I'm going to give him his flowers right now. If he retires, that's on him. That's just his life. I'm not a rapper. Yeah. But, yeah, Cole is my number one. There's some guys who are up there with him. Kendrick. I've been on Chance. He done put me on Chance. Although a lot of people don't put me on Chance. I was on Chance. Right. But I'm on him now. There's a lot of great rappers out there, but I would have to say Cole just because of, one, he's like a biblical rapper. He makes a lot of faith-based references, and he's just real, man. He's a real transparent type of dude. I'm a J. Cole fan. Like, that's my number one fan, but I know there's guys above them.
Yeah, I fell in love with him with Lost Ones. Oof, that's banger. Movie. What do we have for the
Ooh,
people?
y'all want to go off the board?
Oh, let's go off the board.
Lion King, off the rip.
Okay,
Gang
what?
shit.
Gang shit.
Come on, bro.
But okay, we're talking about, what are we talking? We're talking
The original.
that's what I'm talking about.
Of
Okay.
course,
Yeah.
1993.
Yeah,
The
because the
Lion King. What the fuck are
CGI
we talking
remake
about?
was an abomination.
Why are we here? Lion King all day. It might.
gang
I can't
shit.
put a movie
Hell yeah.
above it. I mean, obviously, Step Brothers is good.
Step Brothers is
I love them
hilarious.
two
bro.
compared.
So just
Lion
y'all
King
know-
and Step
Boats
Brothers.
and
y'all
hoes.
know my
Boats and
humor.
hoes.
And I got a wide spectrum. I watch a lot of stuff. Well, I used to. I don't watch as much movies or TV stuff like that. I'm more into podcasts stuff like that. That's why it's so
what's
cool
up.
being on here. I watch a lot of podcasts. But Lion
Same.
King is it. It has everything. Like
hell yeah.
everything.
Great
Like,
music.
Everything
Right.
the light touches.
Love,
is ours.
action, bro. You got everything in there.
Bro, music, everything, storyline.
Hell yeah.
And like it holds the test of time. Like
It does.
I was like they didn't do it terribly, but the live action wasn't
Never even
everything.
saw it.
Yeah,
No.
like
Never even saw
It
it.
wasn't.
and then like it held true too, cause like Lion King 2, Lion King 2.5, or 1.5.
Right.
But all those were good. So it's just an all around good series and feel good movie.
Hell yeah.
And if I had to pick anything, like, okay, you get one movie before you die, it's Lion King.
Lion
Okay.
King.
Oh,
Now,
all right.
podcasts. I watch a couple of podcasts. Joe Rogan, obviously. Of
course,
If I'm
gotta
being
throw
studio
that in
game, you
there.
got to watch Joe Rogan because he brings all the goats on there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
But
sir.
there's a podcast called the 85 South Show.
Oh, I haven't heard of it. A5 South.
85 South Show. So I think it's like a road in Atlanta. And
Okay.
It's ran by.
Shout out Tip.
Shout out.
Shout
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yes, sir.
Oh, he's in hot water right now.
It's ran
Yeah,
by.
he's in hot water right
What?
now.
What happened?
Supposedly him and Tiny are like,
Beefing?
no, they're like, what is it?
They're teaming up to like.
Supposedly they're
They're allegedly.
sexually trafficking.
Oh, this is news to me.
Yeah,
Hey, we gonna keep the goat, man. Let's just.
yeah.
It didn't happen.
That's the king of
Nah.
the South.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tip,
no, I really don't think
Allegations
it
are
happened.
bullshit.
He
Yeah.
did not do it.
Yeah, that's Rubber
Got
Band
you.
Man.
That's my Rubber Band
Rubber
Man right
Band
there.
Man.
Yeah,
9
he
in the right,
he
45 in the
innocent
other. What's up, bro?
until proven guilty. That's
It's-
Gang
exactly,
shit.
Exactly.
But obviously, if he did it, you gotta go.
Pop your holes in your head like a bowling ball, big
If he
boy.
didn't, but if he didn't do it, man,
Right.
he'd go.
So 85. So what's it
So
about?
it's Carlos Miller, Chico Bean, and DC Young Fly.
Okay.
You,
Big
you,
shout
know,
out.
you know
I
DC.
do.
So guys from Wild 'N Out, and they just have a podcast where they just bring. It's big now because they ran the I think the BET Awards.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So they big. They've been coming up, but I've been watching them since.
I bet
they
it's
was-
hilarious.
Watch it. Bro.
I bet it's
I can't even describe
hilarious.
it, bro. But it's real. And
Are you
I
into
like.
Are you into the whole rap battle scene and shit or nah? Nah? Because I know they have a lot of them on Wild 'N Out, like
Yeah.
Sharon and all those people.
Nah, I'm not really into it. I watch it sometimes because some of my dogs send it to me, but
Right.
not to say I'm into it would be a lie.
Gotcha.
But they are funny and they are real, bro.
Very
they talk about a lot
cool.
of real stuff. They bring a lot of real people on there, not just like rappers. They bring a lot of different spectrums of people
For sure.
on there, and they talk about real stuff. Like they real and they funny. They real funny.
So I'm assuming the Lion King and I'm sorry, the 85 South.
85 South.
85 South. They
85
based out of
South.
Atlanta, and they do shows all over the country. They just go up
Oh,
there.
they do like live shows and stuff?
Live shows. They do comedy, and their gimmick, not gimmick, but their thing is they like we call it ranking in Miami, but they just get on people in the crowd.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like it's just the
It's
realest
crowd
thing.
work, yeah.
And it's super funny, bro. Oh my god, it's super funny. So yeah, those
And
are my
then,
three.
okay, and J. Cole. And then last, a television show.
I don't watch TV no more.
Well, there you go.
You don't watch Netflix or nothing? Oh, wait a
I
minute.
try not to.
Wait a minute. What do you mean you got no show? What happened to DBZ, bro?
Dragon Ball Z, I've already watched it.
I know, but you tell me you haven't rewatched any ever?
Let's backtrack. If I'm trying to be the GOAT, if I'm trying to whatever, if I was trying to be this because people I don't hate, hate's a strong word, but I do understand that we shouldn't just idolize athletes. People idolize athletes because you see me, you see other athletes, you see LeBron James, and you say, I can't do that. So I'm gonna look at him like a god because I don't believe I can do it. If I can't do it, that means he's a god.
Right.
And I physically cannot do it. But if you wanted to
Putting him in a tough spot, huh? Putting him in a tough spot.
I hate when people say, I don't like the word hate. I dislike when people say, because words are powerful. I was a communication major. Words are very powerful and it transforms your energy. I dislike when people say, be realistic. Because, especially when you're talking about something that is realistic,
Right.
But they don't believe it's like obtainable.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
So if you say being realistic, you're saying that it's not real.
Right.
So if
Yeah.
I wanted to wake up tomorrow and say, fuck fighting,
Right.
fuck football, I'm gonna go be in the NFL. I mean
Right.
NBA.
Right.
I'm gonna be in the NBA. How realistic is that?
Yeah.
Right.
Not very, right? But it's possible.
Right. You're asking me to conform to your reality.
Yeah, I don't want to be in your reality. If God, whoever you believe in, whatever drove you to do this, told you that you can do it, who are you to tell me that I can't? You're not God. So, I mean, to an extent, and that's why it hurts the most when people that you care about and people that you respect their opinion tell you, like, come on, be realistic. You really gonna do this? Like, you really think you can do this? And they tell you that, and it hurts because it's like, dang, like, if
Yeah,
you're
from
telling me
you?
that, from you, like,
Yeah.
you told me I could do anything. Like, you're
Right. You're my
my uncle. Like, you
Right. Hell yeah.
not getting on my uncle. I only got a couple. They might watch this one day and be like, why are you talking about this?
Why are you talking so much
By
shit?
the way, how many out of 5 stars? What would you give all the suggestions you just gave? J. Cole, 85 South, and the Lion King,
baby.
and the Lion King.
J. Cole, out of 5?
Out of 5.
5.
Amen.
Who else?
All of the ones that you named.
Lion King, baby.
Out of 5? A 10.
Oh,
Gang shit.
dang shit.
85. Well, let's put 85 out of 8, and then Lion King's out of 10.
All right, respect.
Well, no,
respect.
J. Cole up there too. I can't put a lot of numbers.
Right.
Comparing them. They all
They're all the
10.
best in the game. Okay,
all
okay.
10.
Hell yeah.
Now that's the only non fighting because I watch stuff on YouTube, but
Right.
it's fighting related, it's football related, it's to learn. It's
course.
not to just watch and laugh.
Right.
That's why I like the 85 South show because like I'm learning about rap culture. I'm learning about a certain mentality that people look like me have that isn't necessarily bad. Like there's a lot of media that not to get political, so we're gonna drop it real quick. There's a lot of media that portray my people as bad people, and that's a show that portrays it in a good light. So that's why I mess with it.
Okay, that's what's
yeah.
up. What led you to MMA Masters? Who got you there?
We still on the first.
Oh yeah. So you said you'd be you said your agent said you'd be good at fighting because you were boxing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
said
you were.
that's where we
You
left
had done the wrestling. You were doing boxing.
Yeah, but I'm still passionate with football.
Of
To this
course,
day, to this
yeah.
day.
Hell yeah.
So I know that I cannot serve 2 masters, or at least that's what I've been told. Like at least from a biblical standpoint, my one master is God, and if God has it in my heart, because I prayed about it, I was like, okay, should I fight? Should I? And I never really told him no. I was just like, okay, I'll think about it, and I gave him at least, kid you not, 12. I'll think about it. DMs,
Your
texts,
agent?
calls, yeah. Like him, he's not actively telling me like, oh, you need to fight, or I'm gonna like drop you and do
Right.
that. He's still telling me like, oh, I think you're a great football player, but let's do this in the meantime so that
You're active.
we got other options.
Right.
Not that I'm active, but like he sees the potential in fighting. I wrestled, he sees boxing, so he's like, okay, let me get this dude in the
You've got some sort of interest, yeah.
yeah, I got some sort of interest, but my main interest is in football. Still to this day, my main interest isn't in football, but football is still a very possible thing.
Definitely.
So and at some point, I'm like, okay, this dude's not gonna stop asking. Let me just give it a shot. So I meet with him. We have another face-to-face, long conversation, just like when I first signed with him. And he doesn't convince me, but I understand him as a businessman now. So I'm even receiving him more, and I see it from his eyes. I'm like, okay, I'm at least gonna give it a shot. I'm not saying I'm not gonna like it. Not saying I'm gonna be a fighter. The one quote I gave him, and I guess I'm not a fighter yet. Because I told him, I was like, I'm not a fighter until I get rocked and I still want to fight.
Oh, that's a
grow up,
fact.
like, I'm not afraid to fight. Obviously, I fought, but I didn't grow up fighting. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And the dude who I fought, he rocked me pretty good. But, like, I guess my idea of getting rocked is, like, until I get my bell rung and I'm still, like, I sit
Going
down.
through a war, yeah.
Or cuts, or those are fighters. You get what I'm saying? I'm a fighter in the sense that I fought, but I got to give respect to the game and dudes like Danny Chavez and Miguel Paeza and all these dudes at MMA Masters and in the world who've trained for this for a long time and gone through some wars. So, like, I know I can do it. It's not a matter of can I. Well, okay, I forgot the. Never mind. It's a, I don't. Man, that's Drake too. Drake says in his song 8 out of 10, he says, "It's not a matter of should I, it's could I." So it's not.
Nah, someone else wrote that.
He don't like Drake.
Bro, that's lyric check, right? Lyric check right there.
I told you.
That's
why
right.
I'm on Cole and
He
I'm on Kendrick.
He meant Drake's ghostwriter wrote that.
Regardless of the fact, Drake is an entertainer. And his song 8 out of 10.
I've been getting into Drake lately, dude. I don't understand.
No, Drake got some bars, man. Or whoever writes for Drake. Whoever writes for Drake has some bars. And his song 8 out of 10. And you see I'm quoting music a lot because I live through music. Right. It's what keeps me going. When I'm in my idle time, I listen to music and I feel like Tupac says it's like I'm right there with Drake. I'm right there with J. Cole. I'm right there with Kendrick. And I can see the picture they're painting. Even if my picture doesn't look the same, they're helping me paint and figure out what's going on in this thing we call life. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I love music so much, and I don't even know a lot of music. I just been getting into it. But yeah, he says it's not a matter of should I. It's not a matter of could I, should I.
Should I?
So
right.
I can do whatever I want. It's do I want to do it?
Right.
And people lose that aspect just because you're good at something doesn't mean you necessarily have to do it. It's not your passion.
And as of right now, still something you're
No, I love
entertaining.
fighting.
Yeah.
I love the process of fighting. My first fight is still processing right now. What, a month ago, and this is the first time, and not the first time, but like the hard thing with fighting, I guess, and it's hard in a lot of places. Like you got to work. I think Jairo came on here and said, if you're not a person who likes to work, you're not going to be a good fighter. And I knew that from wrestling. Wrestling is very similar to fighting, like the process of my high school wrestling and being a good wrestler.
The grind, yeah.
So it's sort of the same thing, but obviously now you get hit, kick, punch, knee, submitted, all these extra stuff that isn't just, take down, turn, all this, put him on his back. There's extra stuff added, but it's the same animal in the sense that it's you versus another person, and there is one person that can stop it, and that's a referee.
What did you think of the fact that your debut was for a belt?
That was wild. Let me finish the first question because we ain't gonna never finish it.
Go for it.
Yeah, so I tried it out. Fast forward, I was at Masters, and I wasn't great, man. I used to get smacked by the lightweights. Not smacked, but in the sense that they would overwhelm me with punches.
Right.
Because obviously I could wrestle. I'm 235 pounds, so if I wanted to grab them, I could, but that's not realistic to who I'm going to be fighting. So I'm a realistic person, and I'm going to not try to, at least to the best of my ability, the first time I sparred, man, with like a person who knew they was doing like a pro, like I couldn't, for the most part, I couldn't even touch them. That's how good these dudes are. You get what I'm saying? And these are some dudes that are not even in the MMA. I mean, in the UFC.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But yeah, it very much, not that I needed to be humble, but it reaffirmed why I was like, okay, I can't serve two masters in the sense of doing football. Well, at least that was my mindset then. Doing football and fighting because I got to be all in with fighting to be good. I'm 25 years old.
What's your mindset now regarding that?
Doing both.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
got
full clip on
might
both.
be more news, but I got a pro day with FIU coming up on the 29th, and I'm expecting to show out in front of some scouts, and my goal is to get signed.
Ooh,
Hell yeah.
that's what I'm
That's my
talking
goal.
about. That's
Not
what I'm
just-
talking
'cause like I
about.
said, I'm not the great. My mindset is that I'm the greatest football player in the world, but I haven't showed that yet, and I just want to. That's why I work so hard before even fighting to get to be that person that can show that. And I'm way better. Like you asked for numbers, I don't run the 4.8 no more.
Hell
I don't
yeah.
bench
Well,
press.
the way you answered that, I
Yeah.
got that for sure.
Yeah, I just don't like because if I say numbers, people are like, oh, well,
They're going to hold you to them.
Yeah, they're gonna hold you to them, which I want them to hold me to them, but I'd rather surprise you.
Yeah,
than
but
tell
it,
you.
it looks nicer when they're like, oh, fuck, I thought he was running a 4.8. What just happened?
Exactly. And that they're gonna see this and be like, oh, he kind of I didn't predict it. I worked for it, so I don't have to predict it.
No, you know it. Yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, like
Hey, listen, man, you get signed, you let us know, you come back on.
Oh, as a
we bring you
football
on with
player.
colors, baby.
Hell
We bring you on
yeah.
with colors.
What if I
Hell
get
yeah.
signed back to the Jets?
You put me in a tough spot, huh?
Bills.
Oh, listen, dude.
Or
No,
the
I mean, now that's
Patriots.
just ridiculous now. The Jets.
So those three are off limits for me.
No. Listen, I could deal with the Jets. I could deal with the Pats.
Go to the Dolphins.
I'd have to be wearing Dolphins colors if you're going to come around here with the Bills. But
Man, it's a
you know what it is, motherfuckers.
Hey man,
You
God is
know?
real. Pray for it for me and shoot.
Hey,
I
listen,
hope the
dude.
Dolphins pick
Listen,
me
if
up.
it happens,
sir.
I got my mug here. You
I'll
know, I
come
deflect
back.
the Bill energy.
If
But
I get
you're in the Bills, you're in
picked
the
up
Bills,
by the
baby.
Dolphins, I'll come back and put a jersey.
Bro.
back in for you guys. On me now.
Hey.
If you get signed
That's
by the
what's
Dolphins,
up.
You gotta pray though. I don't know if I'm believing God.
hey,
Hey,
listen,
bro.
baby. When you say you got the
I'm sending you a couple love notes tonight, bro. You know what I'm
Say it one more
saying?
time.
Like,
When you say you got the pro day?
The 29th.
29th this month.
At FIU, there's no guests, so you got no one.
No. Listen,
Damn.
all good energy. 29.
We got a
29th?
drone.
29th,
We got a
29th.
drone. You know what I'm saying? We'll make that shit.
You could. They can't stop you.
We'll Google Earth that shit the whole way through.
They're not letting me in because of the VIG.
Of course, bro.
Right. All right.
That
That's my
Rona's
cool
out
name.
there,
That's
baby.
my cool name for it.
The Vic.
I didn't make it up. Kevin Hart
Yeah.
made it up. But
We call it the pandy.
pandy.
Of Tiger Belly.
I like
Yeah.
that.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
pandy.
Right?
I like
That's
that.
nice, right? The pandy.
You guys know something.
Hey.
Hey, you want good silly podcasts to kind of like burn a little time?
Yes, sir.
Bad Friends,
Bad
Tiger
Friends.
Belly. They're all guys that go on Rogan. They're all comedians, friends of Rogan.
King and Sting.
Theo Vaughn, Brendan Schaub. Actually, Brendan Schaub is a
well,
football player.
Yeah.
Who was
that
a
he started. He played
UFC
through UC
fighter.
in Colorado. He got a 3-day contract for the
I know who
Bills.
you're talking about. He has
He fought in the UFC.
he has with Comedy Central. He has a you showed it to me.
Yeah.
yeah.
So white dude.
Yeah.
white dude.
Yeah.
Come on,
Yeah.
it's
He
crazy.
looks kind of Mexican sometimes. It's very confusing.
Yeah. But he's bigger. Like you can tell
Oh
he's
yeah,
Yeah.
dude. He was. I mean,
He was light
a
heavyweight.
football player. He played in UC. He played with the Bills. He got a 3-day contract.
No, I'm sorry. He was heavyweight.
Yeah, heavyweight. I mean, he fought in the Ultimate Fighting Champion with
He got to the
Kimbo
final.
Slice.
Yeah.
and them.
And then the story he told on his
On Rogan, he went on Rogan.
no, he had a Comedy Central kind of
Oh,
special.
yeah.
The
It was
story he
pretty funny.
told. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah.
He-
Yeah. And
he-
also one on Showtime.
The story he told.
No, the one
is-
on Comedy Central is the Ari show where you go up and you do like 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
I think he was ranked number 2 in the world at one point, right? And he fought one of the top guys.
I think
and
he was
got
probably like
smacked.
3
He
or
got
something.
fucked up by
Yeah, he got smacked by some. Well, at least
like,
it's the story he
out,
told.
out.
what's his name?
I keep wanting to say Miocic, but it's not.
Oh my
It's,
God.
Maidana?
No.
No, not Maidana.
Don't look at me because I'm bad with names.
I forgot.
Is
I would
with an
forget
M?
my name if it wasn't my name.
But side note, ladies and gentlemen, every single week we have call them two segments. You know what I'm talking about? And the second one is actually the quest for the truth. And in this segment, we actually, you know what I'm saying? We pick a random, emphasis on the word random, card from this here deck of cards. And I, no. And
No,
I,
because it's not random.
I am leaving.
no, you could. The thing is that sometimes the questions kind of suck, so sometimes that's why the emphasis
Yeah,
on
they're
random is
random.
not really.
I'm trying to get his L right here.
But who's? Oh,
Yeah.
Brandon's. But alas, we will see. Like the first question, I'm not the biggest fan of, you know. But
I'm very lucky. I'm telling you, let me pick it. If you don't like it,
okay, got you.
I just like being involved.
There you go.
This is the one. That's the one.
This is very easy for you. Like it's an extremely easy answer. I know.
I can make it complicated.
He got
Sound like my ex-girlfriend, bro.
Go ahead. You pick.
You know, fuck it. No, I'll do the one that you said. I'll do the one that you picked. I'll do the one that you
by
picked.
by Roy Nelson.
Roy Nelson.
Nogueira. I mean, he got, but like knocked out, like punched.
But it's
out.
Roy Nelson and Nogueira. I mean,
Yeah.
if you could be famous, what would you want to be famous for?
Ooh, I told you I could make it complicated. I don't want to be famous. Obviously.
I like, yeah.
I'm
me
saying
either.
I would think that you'd want to be
Obviously,
known for football.
I don't want to be known. Like he'll tell you, man. And this is going back to my first fight. So let's circle back. This is a good question because everything come full circle.
There we go.
Bomb. I'm working at Masters, whatever. Football's not coming around. I'm not getting no workouts, no nothing. Like at least when you get cut and you're somewhat good, you get a workout and a team can tell you no a bunch of times and just not sign you. I didn't even get a workout. So I'm looking at it like, dang, they really think I'm trash. I might be trash, but I worked hard, and what makes me trash is my potential.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't see the intangibles. I feel like I have a lot of intangibles that will make me, if I get back in the NFL, a Hall of Famer.
When you get back in the NFL.
Hell yeah, I like that.
When I get back in the NFL,
yeah.
will make me a Hall of Famer, but they can't see that. So, as an investor, going back to business, if you can't see the potential in that investment, why would you invest?
Right.
That's why I didn't get a workout. Not because they hate me or see any other reason that I can make an excuse about. Because I didn't work hard enough. I wasn't fast enough. I wasn't big enough. I wasn't strong enough. And I wasn't enough of an athlete. So I'm making myself that. But in the process of that, got no workouts. There's no opportunity to do that. March 29th is my opportunity. I've been training forever to do it.
Hell yeah.
If it doesn't work out, then I can go kick people in the shin. and then the calf and do roundhouses and uppercuts and high
Hey, okay.
Yeah. But in that process, I'm doing pretty well at Masters. I'm not doing amazing. Like I said, getting smacked by light belts sometimes. But I'm progressively getting better because I'm consistent. I go 5 days a week. I work hard. I'm getting better. That's all. Like, you can't deny progress. And I'm making extreme progress because I'm the type of person I call it being a trial and error athlete. And that's one of the reasons I didn't do well in the NFL. Not one of the reasons, but it was a factor because I'm the type of dude, if you tell me something, I'm going to mess it up. Unless I focus, like extreme focus. Like, I get in those modes where I'm extremely focused. But if it's something new, like, you have to explain it to me like I'm a child. Because I got to get it the way you want it. And if you don't get it the way you want it, obviously you fail. So I'm a trial and error athlete in the sense that I'm going to fuck something up a lot of times if I don't know how to do it. But if I'm the type of person, if I want to do it, I'm eventually going to figure it out. So when I first started at Masters, man, that first couple of weeks, grappling I was a lot better because I wrestled. So I actually shined in grappling. But striking, man, I used to tell Guillermo, man, I used to get patched. Yeah. That's what we call it. Like, literally, like, I can't touch a guy type stuff. And no means of the word, like, my hands are straight, but they're not professional. I'm going with pros.
I mean, I think your opponent would think otherwise.
Yeah,
but, you know.
But this is fast track 5 months ago. You know what I'm saying?
True,
I consistently stayed at it. I consistently try to get better, and I consistently didn't let my ego overwhelm me that I was getting punched in the face and these guys weren't taking it easy on me. I would go to them after getting smacked and be like, okay, what could I do better? What tips you got?
You talk about ego. What role did the ego play when you knew that, you know, your first debut was going to be for a belt? Was it more weight on your shoulders, or was it more so along the lines of, I deserve this?
A little bit of both. There was weight in the sense that I got to perform, and I'm consistently progressing. So the guys are behind me. At least this is what I felt, the perception.
Hell yeah.
Guys are like, man, you're going to win because you work hard and, man, you got good wrestling and, man, nobody works hard. Like, they're not saying this, but they're insinuating it. Like, you work hard. Like, you're going to win because you work hard. Like, that, I feel like it's the main key. Like, you can learn how to kick and all this other stuff, but if you don't want it, you're not going to get it. I was working to get it. I just never fought before, so I can't. The nerves were still there because it's like at the end of the day, you don't know. All it takes is one punch.
Right.
But what gave me confidence in fighting anyone, because my first opponent wasn't the first guy that I wanted to fight. I wanted to fight like a month and a half in. It just wasn't happening. Like,
oh, why you wanted to get out there, huh?
Because I didn't want to waste my time. And what I told my agent is like, okay, when I get into a fight, my first fight, then we can go from there and we can reassess.
Hey, you wanted to see how real it was for you.
Yeah. So I already knew how to wrestle. I was already progressing at a very, not extreme rate, but faster than most people would. And I felt confident enough. This is like maybe 2.5 months in. Felt confident enough and being able to go into a fight with another amateur and do my thing. And I was like, okay, let's get me a fight. I could not get one for like that first month or 2 months. For a good reason. Like, I'm a former, not saying that means anything. I'm a jack former.
But that definitely builds, I mean, let's be honest. It was
from the
a
outside
build.
looking in, visually, the tangibles, I wouldn't want to fight me either.
Shit, I don't want to fight you.
Yeah. But that's, Israel Adesanya said this, I forgot when, but he's like when he fought Costa, like you can't win fights with muscles. Even though this is a person who has muscle, but I know that I'm not just going to win based off being strong and big and black. Like, no, I got to put in the work. I got to be conditioned. I got to learn the techniques. I got to work hard, all these things. And, yeah, like, I understand why people wouldn't want to fight me, even not seeing me fight. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
Just off the accolades and the appearance. So, trying to get a fight, couldn't get one, got backs out. Got another one, guy doesn't want to fight at heavyweight. He's like dropped to 205. I think it was like a catch weight or something like that.
What are you walking at right now?
Like 30, 35 on a good day. Like I said, I love food, but I work hard now. So
205 was out of the question.
No, I can make it.
You can make it?
First fight, though, that's not smart.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, especially when I'm strong enough to handle heavyweights. At least to my knowledge right now. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Obviously, go against bigger heavyweights, you got a bigger problem, but I'm not a weak dude.
Right.
I'm not as big as them, and Mike
You're
Tyson
also
says
not short, you know.
I'm not super short. I got longer arms. And these are just the tangibles I have, but what matters is
Correct.
hard work and heart. You feel me?
Yep.
But I understand why they didn't want to fight me. I think I had one fight for like maybe December or before the new year, and that fell, or maybe January, I forget. That fell through, and I'm like, okay, I'm never gonna fight. And then our team manager, James, he's like, I got you a fight for the 6th. And it was against some dude from Maryland who was like a no-gi jiu-jitsu black belt or something. So my main aspect is wrestling for the most part. I got decent hands at this point. Like I said, I'm not trying to make myself the big. I'm going to be. I see myself at there, but I got to give respect to the game and knowing that I'm 5 months in. I'm not trying to be. I try not to have an ego, because when you got an ego, you think you can't grow. I got a lot of growth to do. But I'm confident in the sense that, okay, he's a Brazilian jiu-jitsu black belt, but he has to take me down, and I don't think he can. So he give it, and I run this by other people, and they're like, some people outside of the gym, because people in the gym see me work. I run this by people who don't see me work, who know fighting, and they're like, I don't think you should fight a black belt. That's not your first fight. Like, I don't think you should do that. Like, that's not a good move. Like, basically, like, the same reason I feel like people didn't want to fight me, or I don't know, I didn't get a fight, is the same reason that guy wouldn't get a fight. Who wants to fight a black belt? Their first fight. Like, who wants to? And I've been doing it for 5 months, but I'm like, let's do it. You get what I'm saying? But that ends up falling through for some reason. And I guess the old heavyweight champ, I don't even know his name, but that might be who I'm fighting next. Maybe. More than likely, yeah, that's who I'm fighting next. Okay. The old champ, he didn't fight the black dude that I fought last PFL. Shout out to KPL, man. Obviously, I had to fight him, but that's a good dude.
Right.
Shout out to him.
Shout out. I wanted to ask you. Of course, and it definitely does. What was the tension like at weigh-ins? You know, when you guys started off for the first time, was there any sort of real animosity, or were you guys just clocking in?
Not really, because it was his first time seeing me. I tell you the truth, and Guillermo will tell you, my biggest goal was not to laugh.
Oh my God!
No. Pause. Not. That's just me.
No, just at the situation, right?
It's just the nervous giggles.
Do I laugh a lot? I am a goofball. I am a goofball. I take everything seriously, so I take nothing seriously. You get what I'm saying? Okay. Like, I'm always on go, so at the same time, I'm always relaxed. You get me? I'm very confident in my ability, so I don't have to be over. Like, I don't have to be big.
Right. You don't have to
like if you saw me and you didn't see me, what type of personality do you think I would have? If you had to choose a personality and you saw me and you didn't know me.
I mean, you came in laughing, dude. So relax.
You never seen me talk or nothing like that. You just saw me from a distance.
Okay, so if we had never said a word to each other,
just off appearance.
I mean, I would think that you're like most of the fighters that I've met. I mean, but that's the thing. I get the point that you're trying to make. I get the point that you're trying to make because most people have this like stigma or like prior.
I mean, it is what it is, dude. You're yoked as fuck. I would be a little bit nervous.
A lot of people have a prior notion.
Like if I was just walking by and I'd be like, oh fuck, that dude's yoked. Let's be careful a little bit here.
I'm not that dude at all, bro.
I mean, like, it's like looking in the mirror.
Oh, no, of course not. Dude, you came in, you were laughing. I mean, we had a great time.
Outside of mixed martial arts, obviously, I'd have been in fights before, but that guy was the aggressor. You get what I'm saying? I'm going to hold my own always. I'm very confident in my ability to defend myself, if you know what I mean. In the UFC or outside the UFC, in a street fight or here. That's not me. You feel me? At the end of the day, I was a communication major, and I'm going to de-escalate the situation as much as I can. So I'm a goofball. Like, I'm a happy-go-lucky type of dude, and that's where I've been my whole life. He's known me since I was 11.
Respect.
11. And I've been the same dude in the sense that, like, I just love life. So my biggest goal was not laughing. Because, like,
but maybe laughing would be kind of like a clutch move.
Yeah, very
Joker-esque. Going on,
I told you. I'm 5 months in, and I'm a student of the game, so I watch everything. Only thing I watch outside of working is stuff related to fighting or football. Anything else is, like, obviously motivation too, but, like, anything else is a waste of my time because that doesn't correlate with my goal. Like I said, if you're going to be a GOAT, you got to consume yourself. That's what I'm doing, consuming myself. I watched Manny Pacquiao hit stare downs. He laughs almost every other time.
He does.
So, like, it made it okay for me to feel like, okay, I could be myself and not have to be something I'm not. And that's why I feel like a lot of dudes mess up, and it's easy to see. You don't have to be over-aggressive. Like, me and my boy, one of the fighters, we were talking about. He's like I don't like that stuff where like. Oh, I honestly understand that you got to sell tickets or whatever when you get to the big stage.
Yeah.
You got to market yourself, but
Of course.
we gonna fight anyways. You gotta talk smack for it. Like, oh, like I'm gonna beat your ass. Like, duh, like I'm gonna try to beat your ass.
Good one.
you are good. I'm gonna drown you. Well, that's better because that's more like methodical shit talk. But like, oh, like you're nothing. Like I'm gonna embarrass you. This and that. Like, okay, like all right, you gotta show me like obviously once I get to that level, I feel like I have charisma and I can show it in other ways, but I don't have to degrade you or make you look bad to put myself up. I don't got to put you down, put me up. I know who I am. You have to find out.
How was the weight cut for you?
I didn't cut.
She's like, I didn't cut.
Nah, the weight limit for heavyweight is 265. This fight was basically a 230 fight because this dude also weighed 230. I think he weighed in like 232 or something like that. I weighed in like 235. Okay. So we were heavyweights, but we weren't.
Right.
But you're lean heavyweights, yeah.
We're lean heavyweights. So he was an athlete too. That's another aspect of the fight, and it sums up the feeling that came with everything because it was a lot. And he'll know because I chilled with him the day after. We like do bonfires, and him and my boy Tay, they're like,
Narnia, bro.
So tell us about the fight. I'm like, bro, it happened yesterday, and I still don't know what happened. You want me to articulate something that I'm still processing? You get what I'm saying?
Right, of course.
And that's, I guess, the biggest, cliff I had to get over with the whole fight thing because I was playing the NFL, so I had a lot of people, not fair weather friends, but people that wanted to talk to me about the NFL. That's different because I don't have an impacting role in the game. Like, if I'm not playing, there's nothing I can tell you.
Right.
Yeah, it was cool. We lost, we won. I didn't play. What you want me? I'm still in the bright squad. There's no new news I can give you. When you're in a fight, there were I don't know the number, but 200, 300, 400, 500 plus people at that fight. I don't know if it was that many. But it was a good amount of people, 100, 200 people at that fight there watching me fight. And then there's a video of me fighting. And this is just me. So if you know me, you want to talk to me about the fight. So I don't get mad at people when they want to talk about the fight, but I mean, you kind of still got to process. You get what I'm saying?
Of course.
So that was like one of the weirdest things, like having so many people want to talk to you about one thing that you ain't really even like figured out yourself. Like I figured out, obviously I'm here and I'm still fighting. So I figured out that this is what I want to do and I can do it very, very well. But even after the fight, because my boy KPL, the dude I fought, he's not my boy, but I'm big into my culture. And he's another black man who had aspirations. A lot of people don't know this about the fight. He was in the NFL too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Oh yeah.
And he was an undrafted free agent too. And I think he's a little bit older than me, but now
he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu.
No. This is a different dude.
Okay.
So I didn't fight the black belt because he backed out. The old champ.
Oh yeah.
Was supposed to fight him, and since both of these dudes backed out, and the black, I don't think the black belt backed out because he didn't want to fight me. It was other reasons. And the old dude, the old champ, he was supposed to fight him, so we just ended up fighting each other. That's the way it worked out. But yeah, he's not actually looking at myself in the sense that he looks like me, but he's walked a certain path just like me, like aspirations for the NFL.
For sure.
Black, big. Well, he's maybe I'm bigger. I don't know, but he's athletic, like an athletic. He played the same position, linebacker. You get what I'm saying? So it's like it sucks because you have to. I guess that's the hardest part about fighting, but it's the greatest part. Is that we want the same thing, and both of us cannot get it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
We both can't get it. In football, your team can lose and you can have an amazing game and you still be happy. In fighting, it's either you win or you lose. There is no in between.
Compared to those two, between football and in the ring, when you're fighting someone, right before you make like that physical contact or right before you body the guy, what's going through your mind and what's the differences between like in the ring and on the field?
I could say a lot, but I'm going to say one word: everything. Everything, bro. Football is a little less. Like I said, the nerves are less because if you're not Tom Brady or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes, your role is going to be limited to when you're on the field and if plays come to you or if that play was meant for you. We're speaking offense, but you could be a DN and they can literally not run to your side the whole game. And so you don't have the nerves because, you have the nerves because you still got to do your job, but if you know you're not getting work, it's like, okay, it's not.
You don't feel like you have as many eyes on you.
Yeah, the pressure's a little different.
So I can't speak for Tom Brady or the guys or like big name football players who know this game is impacted by my play. Like obviously in college, I had a different feel for it because I was a starter, but like fighting is a different animal. Like I know that I have to fight that dude, and it's 100% on what I do, and that's why I think wrestlers do so well because it's similar. Like my wrestling coach used to say this, Coach Harris. Shout out Coach Harris. How would he put it? Basically, like, same thing, kind of the same boat as favoritism. A lot of guys, the only thing you can blame in wrestling is the ref. And the refs mess up sometimes. I think Howard got on here talking about UFC refs.
Yeah.
They don't always get it right. I've been watching a lot of fights.
But the judges sometimes.
Yeah,
not refs. I call them a ref.
Yeah.
Okay.
The judges. But going back to the refs don't always stop it when it needs to be stopped or whatever. There's a lot of controversy that comes.
Yeah.
Because there's
The
two people
angles
on the
they
goal,
see,
Right.
and this is the only other variable, the person who can stop it. And they have to do their job, and their job isn't always 100% correct. Same thing in wrestling. They might give 3 back points when they could have gave 5, takedown when they could have not given takedown. But wrestling coach used to say, like, if the ref messes up the match for you, like 1 takedown or like he doesn't ref it the way you want, that just means you didn't work hard enough to like
Make it undeniable.
make it undeniable. Like you have to be, just like we were talking, everything comes full circle. If I want to be a walk-on or undrafted free agent who makes it, I have to make it undeniable. That's the only way it becomes realistic. You get what I'm saying?
You have to force him to look.
I have to force you to, like, you would be blatantly cheating if you did not
Right.
let me, if I didn't win. Like, if I'm literally better than this dude and you're
still giving him points.
I can't even think of a way that you can not give a wrestler a match if he's that much better than him. Like, I'm teching you. Only way I can lose now if I slam you too hard. You get what I'm saying? So what was the question again? My bad.
So now you're good.
Bro,
You're
I
good.
ramble.
Bro,
This is the wrong
I
place.
don't remember the question.
Bro, and that sucks his life. But before we, I guess, start wrapping up, I did want to know, as far as your future, clearly you're pursuing both different careers. If you had 2 different opportunities right now, both football and MMA, is it easily to say that you take football right now?
Oh, you want me to choose? Dang, I'm sorry. I can't do it.
It happens. I understand.
I can't do
But if anything, it speaks volumes to how much you've fallen in love with MMA.
it. Yeah, I'm going with whichever one comes. Obviously, this is, in a sense, one of my last hurrahs when it comes to football, this pro day. Because usually when you're out for a year and a half, 2 years, you might as well.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, nobody's going to tell you that because, like I said, you're surrounded by people who've been around you your whole life and seen you put in the work, so they can't tell you, like, oh, give it up.
of course.
That's where a lot
But
of
they
animosity-
shouldn't either, though.
They shouldn't, but if you see the person not putting in the work, I say you do.
Okay.
If you see him putting in the work, then it's like, dang, like he working hard, but he just not getting it. Bro, being out of NFL is like it's a mental battle. And guys, people don't know how hard it is. Like, just from a mental aspect, and they don't mean any malice by asking you, like, oh, what's going on with football? But like,
It hurts to.
they know what's going on. Like, I'm not on a team. Like,
Right.
I'm not getting picked up. Like, I'm not going to quit because you've never known me to quit. But you asking me is telling me that you're asking me, am I going to quit?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's essentially what they're asking you.
Yeah. Even if it's in good manner, like, oh, what's up? Like, the Dolphins going, like, this one, some people, I live in Miami. Like, dang, the Dolphins should pick you up, this and that. Like, it's like, damn, I know that. But, like, you saying that it's going to
It's like I make it happen, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me go knock on the door real quick.
I
I
still got people-
forgot to ask them. You're
Yeah.
right.
I still got people that, like, obviously you don't see everybody every day. I haven't seen them in like 6-7 months. That's a good time period. And they be like, you still playing football?
I hate that
I'm
shit.
like, bro, I've been out of the league for a year and a half.
I mean,
But they can't follow
that's
you
got to
step for
come from a
step.
place of jealousy, though.
No. I don't think so. Like I said, I don't think they mean any harm by it, but they just want to see you do so well, and when you're not getting it, they want to know why. And the reason why is just that, I mean, back to the quote I said, any man who asks for anything more than opportunity is ungrateful. I had the opportunity. I didn't take advantage of it. Now I want another one. I didn't pray for that. I asked for one. And I got one. And now I have another one. I don't know if he gave it to me or this is going to be another lesson. Am I going to get it? But I made sure I put my best foot forward to get it.
Hell yeah.
And
That's all you can do.
also extremely intelligent for you to be able to be so self-aware to already open a second door for you.
Yes, sir.
You know, for
well,
yourself.
I didn't open it. Malky Kawhi opened it. And like I said, that's why I believe at some point I am going to fight. So it's not even choosing because football, the NFL stands for not for long. Regardless if I get back, my career is only so long. And even if I'm in the NFL, I'm still going to cross-train with fighting. I'm still going to work on my MMA, my mixed martial arts. Like, I'm still going to be actively doing it. I don't know how contracts work out. I don't know if I can be the first dude to be in the NFL.
That'd be
fight.
amazing.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy.
That would be crazy, bro. I mean, Deion did it, didn't he? He played baseball.
That NFL UFC
Yeah,
crossover.
but that would be interesting to know. Actually, I don't know how. I don't know
I
if they would
mean,
allow you
at
to
the
fight.
end of
But
the day-
training though, they can't tell you not
They
to
can't
train.
tell you not
What's
to
the
train.
word you said? You said like you got to make it like undeniable.
Undeniable. Yeah,
Right.
undeniable.
If I'm that good of an NFL player, which I haven't
Oh
proven
yeah,
that yet,
I mean, you make clauses in your contract.
and
for
I
sure.
say like, only way I'm going to your team if I can fight, and they're like, no. I'm like, okay, well, there's 31 other teams.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is what I'm going to do.
You heard Flores. You better start changing that contract
Yeah,
right
for
now.
real.
Chill out. But that's when people say like unrealistic, like it's realistic. It's just you got to be that dude. Like you got to be like a Pro Bowler asking to go fight on your
Yeah,
off
but
time.
you'd be fighting off season anyway. I don't know why they wouldn't.
It's realistic. That's like
Yeah.
very slim of me doing, but I'm saying it's possible.
Oh, it's possible for sure.
But even if it doesn't happen, there's another window of like, okay, I'm 25 now. Let's say I played 10 more years in the NFL. Some fighters get in their prime at 35.
True.
Yeah.
So if I'm still working on it, am I going to have the repertoire of fights? I don't know if that's the right word. I want to use a big word.
Yeah, go
Kinda.
for it, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, but also, I mean, it comes back to what we were talking about earlier of like the MJ thing and LeBron. I mean, with the supplements that are in play now and the methods that you can use to keep your body well, like
All clean,
weed.
by the way. Hey,
Yep.
Test me.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'm a pass
Well, no,
every time.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Most definitely.
What's good, USADA?
You know, there's roots that are out there. You got leaves and stuff
I'm a
like
big
that.
dude. I know I'm
Marijuana
getting
you
asked
can use.
a lot.
You know,
My bad. Go ahead.
with the marijuana and all that stuff also helps. You know,
Yeah.
it helps with the muscles. It helps. You know, with the
CBD is
inflammation,
coming
all
up.
that, all that
CBD
stuff.
is coming up.
All those oils, all like
Yeah.
the longevity of careers when it comes to these physical sports is gonna
And I
continue
think-
to
Oh,
get
yeah.
longer.
That's
That's,
one
that's
thing
the only way it
definitely
can
is.
happen.
That's one thing the pandemic did for me. It taught me, like I said, I taught myself how to lift weights.
Mm-hmm.
Like not just lift weights, but train myself to be an athlete. I taught myself how to swim. I didn't teach myself, but I started doing more yoga. And now, like we did, like what was it, like 2 weeks ago, I led a yoga class with a bunch of my friends.
Hey.
So am I a yogi? No, but I know how
But
to
you know
do
some
it.
stuff, yeah.
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 I taught myself how to like take care of my body. That's what the pandemic and that circumstance of getting cut and knowing that if I invest all this money like LeBron does, if I try to become LeBron without the funds, I'm gonna go broke. So I have to almost learn how to do what LeBron pays
most you
people
can.
for. Yeah, I got to put in the effort, and because I don't have the funds to.
Because he was doing that before he could afford it. He had ways of making it happen.
Yeah,
like you said, he just
had
had
the
to
potential.
go out there.
People didn't necessarily see the potential in me, so I wasn't getting free stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't gonna get free yoga. Like, and I don't like asking for stuff for free, so I'm just gonna teach myself how to do it. So one, I know how to do it, and two, I can know when it's a good quality of that thing, like yoga or massage or all that stuff, because I know I'm not just going and thinking like, oh, I'm gonna get a massage. No, I know good masseuses and stuff like that.
Right.
But no, I don't think I'm gonna have to choose. I think my goal is that the 29th, go out there on my pro day, kill it.
Yes, sir.
Run a 4 something.
Hey, keep
Run-
him
run-
guessing. Keep
Keep
him
it
guessing.
something.
Check on that
jump.
Instagram on the 30th
Yes,
because
yes,
we'll
yes.
get the stat there.
Oh, that's
Oh,
another
yeah.
thing. You asked about fame, man. I just don't. That's one thing I'm struggling with, man. Because I know as a fighter, I gotta be more
as both, bro.
social media active.
As a professional football player too.
Yeah, nah, you don't have to as football as much. Because
But I feel
unless
like it
you're
helps
like a
its
quarter-
marketability, you know.
unless you're like a quarterback, if you're like I said, if you're good in football, they don't care. Like,
Yeah, but you also got to think about it. You can get just because you don't get $1 million from Nike for wearing shoes, you could get $500, $1,000 from a mom and pop yoga studio. You can get, and that's all social media shit, you know.
and I leverage.
Plus,
my,
you're a professional athlete. Like, you get this next dub, you can
Right.
get out there, start promoting, get a
and that's
cupping
something I'm,
service
that's
that
something I'm getting better at for
sponsors you,
sure.
you know.
But because I wasn't,
Yeah.
I don't even like social media like that. Be honest with you, I post now because I know I have to and be active. And
Hell yeah.
all the other stuff, but I'm finding like little loopholes because
Right.
Dude, I feel you, man. Not only do I not
I
like
love
social
it.
media, I suck.
I love
suck
it,
at using that
but
shit.
I understand that it's ran by the world, and I can't really trust the
It's
world.
the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
It's currency.
Exactly. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give it up for the gifted young athlete, Anthony Wint? What an episode of colossal proportions. We are definitely, gonna have you come back on. We'd love to have you come back on. We got questions for days. Honestly, there's so many things that I could still talk about, and that's the beauty of episodes like these, because you really don't run out of things to talk about. First of all, thank you for coming through. We appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
Truly a phenomenal episode. You, opened up. You told us so many stories. I seriously thank you,
Nah, thank you guys, man. It was a step for me to do this. I've been on one other podcast, Black Sheep. I forgot.
Yes. Big shout out.
I've been on there.
Shout
I
out.
went on there like when I was still playing football.
Okay.
Through Gus, because I think Gus is on there a couple of times.
Yeah.
So I was on there, but that was like more. I was just out of football, so I was like, bomb, and it was cool.
Yeah.
So the same way, but I wasn't in this mindset. Like I said, I had to become like this person. Like I was, when I went on that, I was still like kind of wanting to play football. You get what I'm saying? Like
you're in a different headspace.
And don't let me demean my work back then, because I thank that person because he was keeping me above water until I got like on this train I'm on now. But like I feel like I'm on a whole nother level right now when it comes to focus, and the main ability is focus. So thank you guys, because I think you guys are dope, man.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
You guys got some
Listen,
cool people
April,
on there.
April, we gotta have a conversation.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna have to get an update on what happened in the end of March here, March 29th, and we're gonna have to get an update on what's going on in this fight.
There's
April 10th.
definitely going to be a lot of stuff happening over the next month or so. But yeah, man, if I had one message, like thank you guys, and just for anybody, because like I said, we put athletes on a pedestal, and athletes are cool. You run high, jump high, whatever. I'm an athlete, so I'm not going to demean us. But God, bro, like regular people are amazing too. Like a doctor, someone who opens a brain and fixes it and puts it back, like a brain surgeon, or like anybody, bro. Like, so like I think people get, because I'm not an athlete, I'm not amazing. We're all amazing if you choose to be, and you're doing your passion. Like if you got a job, that's your job, and you're gonna go to work every day and be miserable because you're just doing it for money. But if you got a passion and your goal is to be the best at what you are, like if you're a dumpster guy and your passion is for cleaning the earth and taking out trash, and you're the best, you're in love. It doesn't matter how much they pay you.
Facts.
So like,
that pays a bonus.
I think regular people need to look at their jobs and be like, dang, I'm dope too, even though I don't knock out people for a living or I don't hit running backs. I do something amazing, and if I work hard enough, one day I'm going to be the best at it. So that's just, even if I wasn't playing football or I wasn't an athlete, I feel like with the mentality that athletes have, you can do anything.
And that's a fact, ladies and gentlemen. Where can people follow your journey on Instagram? Where is it that they can follow you?
My
So slide in the
Yo, you heard it.
bro.
Slide in.
Slide.
My Instagram is Wint, so my last name Wint Anthony. I hope y'all know how to spell that.
Yeah.
5'2". So yeah.
Oh yeah.
But like I said, I'm not a big Instagram person, so please don't DM me for no reason.
Got you.
I like I said, I love people, and I see your message, and I want to respond, but I don't know you.
No dick pics, please and thank you.
Yeah, come on, guys.
Yeah, no,
Get it together.
please.
All right, tighten up. All right.
But yeah, man, y'all follow me. You can follow the journey. I work hard, and I feel like at some point, even though I'm here, I'm gonna be there wherever there is. And I feel like we all can be there if you work hard enough.
That's facts.
Oh, yeah.
There's an inspirational man, and this man has inspirational posts as well to match. You know what I'm talking about. Ladies and gentlemen, every Thursday at midnight, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? You go on YouTube, you hit that subscribe. You know what I'm saying? You go on Spotify, you go on Instagram, you go on Apple Podcasts, you go on iHeartRadio.
You guys are on all those?
Bro, we're on all
Everything,
those,
baby.
bro.
Y'all doing y'all thing.
Bro, yeah, we
You've been doing it for like a year and a half?
Yeah.
out there, baby.
My bad, I'm cutting you off. You
No,
doing
go
your...
ahead. I'm trying. Yeah,
Listen, bro, that's a humble brag. That's a humble brag.
That's
you know?
a humble brag, bro. They're listening. They're listening. You know what I'm saying? That's what that tells me. Ladies and gentlemen, but please check out every Thursday at midnight. You know what I'm saying? We have a brand new journey, a brand new champion. You know what I'm talking about. Every Thursday at midnight. You know what it is. Holla.
And it don't matter what the world thinks. You can say how you feel on midnight in Miami. Where you can push it to the